This story tells of the Emperor Cultivator's return to his past on Earth. The Emperor suddenly woke up in his class in a sleeping position. He screamed, "Despicable Emperor!" His friends who were around him all laughed. Shu Han looked around him. He remembered that this was the time when he was in high school, April 12th, which was exactly 3 hours before the change in the Earth's aura. You see Pan Lian coming to block Shu Han and throw Shu Han's love letter on the floor. He insults Shu Han and says that he is poor, and has nothing to be proud of. Pan Lian also scoffs that Shu Han is completely inappropriate to write love letters to him. Even though it was a trap love letter prepared by Shimin Qing, Pan Lian's girlfriend, who was used to blackmail Shu Han for 2 years. Unexpectedly, Shu Han immediately responded to Pan Lian. He insulted him openly. Shu Han says, "Look at you, you are as cunning as a fox, I like you? Are you kidding?" His friends said, "We didn't hear wrong, right?" He actually dared to insult Pan Lian. Is he really Shu Han? Another friend replied, "We saw when Pan Lian's boyfriend, Shimin Qing came." Pan Lian said, "Shu Han, what are you saying? You can see that his body is also shaking." Suddenly, Shimin Qing came into the same room with his gang. Pan Lian immediately pretended to cry and hugged Shimin Qing. Pan Lian asks her boyfriend to beat up Shu Han, because he dared to taunt him as a cunning fox. Shimin Qing intervened. She said to Shu Han, "You dare to call my boyfriend like that, you will regret it." But Shimin Qing turns out to give Shu Han a chance by depositing money with him every day. Shu Han said to Shimin Qing, "Stupid." Shimin immediately grabbed Shu Han's collar and shouted, "Do you know who you are talking to?" Shu Han unexpectedly kicked Shimin Qing in the stomach and fainted on the spot. Shu Han immediately left the class and left his friends, who were so surprised. They thought, how could Shimin Qing be defeated by Shu Han? He was very strong and too terrible. It was seen outside the room that Shu Han walked casually and said, "I will be stronger than before." He thought that now it is still very weak and poor, and the earth is undergoing changes. Therefore he must be able to seize all forms of resources and become strong as soon as possible, as well as destroy his enemies and rule this world. A woman can be seen on top of the building monitoring Shu Han, who is running from his school. He said, "Our class has a strong person like him. How could I not notice he was Li Yunzi?" Shin moved where Shu Han was standing on the side of the road and holding his cell phone to dial someone's number. There was an answer from someone on the cell phone. "Hello." Shu Han answered by saying his name, Lao Er. Lao replied, "Who is this? How do you know my name?" Shu Han warns Lao Er to get out of school immediately, because there will be a big change in the world. Run and take cover to the nearest mountain and wait for the first recovery phase to finish. Shu Han also convinced his words, "Please believe in me, I've never hurt you, believe me." Lao Er is a person who means a lot to Shu Han, because he was the one who saved Shu Han in his previous life. But he died saving Shu Han, so in the end Shu Han won't let him die in this life. Lao Er looks so confused. Who is the person who called him by saying something big change on Earth? But Lao Er felt what he heard from a good person, and could probably believe it. Lao Er went. He thought the closest mountain was Kibaeguan Mountain, which was 1 hour away from his school dormitory. You can see Shu Han riding his motorbike to go to the Garden City of Ornament. It is an ancient building at the foot of the mountain, the most intense place when awakening occurs. Shu Han remembered that there was a 9-leaf lotus flower there, so he could awaken Xiao Xian's qualifications. He used to let the treasure go, and then Shu Han regretted it very much. He couldn't remember exactly, but Shu Han remembered many great armies fighting and many monks dying. You can see the grandparents are angry with Shu Han for running through a red light as he pleases. Shu Han arrived at the intended location. There were several thugs waiting there and blocking Shu Han from entering. They say that today's ornamental garden is not open to the public and tell Shu Han to leave. Shu Han protests and says this is a public place, who dares to block it? The thug grabbed Shu Han's collar. Without mercy, Shu Han beat the thug. Shu Han used his purification moves even though his body lacked strength, but it was enough to take down the thugs. Shu Han said, "You are lucky because he has not fulfilled his resurrection power, otherwise you will die." Xu Han was already standing on a rocky cliff. He then remembered that this was where the 9-leaf lotus was found. But then a group of people came to see Xu Han. They were a group from Liang Shu, the person who rented the garden. Liang Shu was angry at Xu Han. "Is he a fool for daring to provoke me?" said Liang Shu. Xu Han remembered Liang Shu. In his previous life, he was the one who obtained the 9-leaf lotus. He eventually became famous and fought monsters and became a hero to many people, but he eventually died because of a conflict with a foreign cultivator. Xu Han wonders, is he really Liang Shu, or just pretending? Xu Han's words to Liang Shu and his group. Unexpectedly, when the battle was about to occur, the moment Xu Han had been waiting for arrived. That is the awakening of the world, when the earth shakes and many auras scatter. During this period, the world will be chaotic. He doesn't know how many people will die. Medicine and Lingbao appear a lot. Those who have the opportunity will develop and become strong. Ling Xiao scolded Xu Han, "Hey you idiot, it's dangerous here, let's run," but Xu Han immediately jumped between the rocks around the waterfall. Xu Han climbed up the cliff and climbed up the hill. Here he saw a shining 9-leaf lotus and a recovered aura. Xu Han thought that after he got the lotus leaf he would awaken his cultivation as soon as possible. Then I will go to Jingxi Canyon on the outskirts of the city. This is the best thing for the initial phase. Xu Han was shocked by his body suddenly emitting strength. What happened? I haven't awakened my strength yet. With this, Xu Han has a greater chance of being able to quickly ascend to the realm of emperor. When he was about to go out, Xu Han noticed that there was a fruit that emitted a very strong aura. If it weren't for his increased cultivation, Xu Han wouldn't have felt the aura of the fruit. It was the rarest zugo fruit. Xu Han was almost fooled by the fruit's appearance. With the 3 zugos, his cultivation can improve quickly. Suddenly a Liang Shu appeared who climbed up the hill. He said, "Hold on, this world is going through great chaos. I just saw a mountain that appeared suddenly, and there was a dragons flying in the sky. What exactly happened?" Xu Han then ordered Liang Shu to take a 9-leaf lotus to awaken his cultivation. Liang Shu wasn't so bad either, so he gave it back to the hero's original owner in the past. Xu Han then said goodbye and immediately left the cliff by jumping very high. Ling Xiao was surprised by Xu Han's jump. He thought Xu Han was flying to the sky, and thought that the world had indeed changed. You can see that Xu Han has come down from the cliff. He thinks his jump is still too low at this time. Then he thought where he could absorb the zugo fruit as soon as possible. It was seen that Xu Han was absorbing the zhuge fruit in one of the rented houses. Xu Han thought that by absorbing the fruit, Xu Han could break through the intermediate stages. 3 days later, Xu Han had absorbed all the aura from the fruit, and his cultivation had already broken through to the late mid-foundation stage. And his body is full of strength, so it is very comfortable. You see Xu Han walking into his school gate. Many students talk about chaos from various parts of the world. And many people have already awakened their cultivation. Several people at his school have awakened their powers after eating a strange fruit. There are those who suddenly can fly and change their bodies. There was another meeting between Shimanqing and Xu Han. He told Xu Han that he seemed to have run away. Apparently he dared to come. Xu Han drove Shimanqing's group away. He said get lost. His friends were shocked by God's words. Shimanqing turned out to have awakened his strength by eating the fruit of power generation. Out of emotion, Shimanqing ended up beating Xu Han using the power of the cultivator he had obtained. Unexpectedly, Xu Han punched Shimanqing directly and was immediately sent flying. Shimanqing's girlfriend, who saw being thrown away, was trembling with fear. Finally, he also took out his strength and planned to kill Xu Han because he was annoyed at being defeated by Xu Han continuously. Without further ado, Pan Lian also has to accept defeat like Shimanqing's girlfriend, thus making the 2 people faint on the spot with such a miserable defeat. Not long after, an octopus monster appeared that destroyed the school building. Everyone was so panicked about the incident. A small child is seen crying looking for his mother. Without further ado, the monster will kill the child. When Xu Han was about to use his strength to fight the monster, a woman came to save a child who was about to be attacked by a monster. He is the head of the Shuhan class, namely Li Yunji. Li Yunzi asked Shuhan to take care of the child, because Li Yunji was going to fight the monster. The class leader said, "It will be hard to protect you and give you some cultivation items." Shuhan with a confused look, he thought, protect me? I am the king of the gods, a girl trying to protect me? Is he trying to tease me? Shuhan thought. In the end, only saw the head of the class fighting monsters. Shuhan thought that the potential released by Li Yunji was quite good. If he joined Shuhan, it would make his way forward clearer. Who was still standing around the scene of the fight asked the little boy who was saved earlier to go away. But the child was worried about Li Yunji, who was beating the enemy, whether he could beat him. Shuhan tried to calm him down, and there was no need to worry about him because the older brother was very strong. Finally they went out from the place of battle. Shin moved where Shuhan had arrived at Jingxi Canyon. It looked like there were so many people in Jingxi Canyon. Shuhan thought, in his previous life only 2 families knew about it, but why are there so many people coming now? It was seen that some people were talking about the holy fruit appearing. But the news was still so confusing, that many cultivators came. Some hoped to obtain the sacred fruit, and become a cultivator. Seeing Liangshu rebuke Shuhan, "God, I never thought I would see you again, I was very happy," said Liangshu. Finally, Shuhan answered Liangshu, "You are here too, have you absorbed the 9-leaf lotus?" asked Shuhan. Liangshu said, "After taking it, I can now absorb the heaven and earth aura." "You are really a good person, it was there that I learned the preciousness of the sacred plant," said Liangshu. Liangshu also admired Shuhan very much, because a sacred plant that could cultivate was valued at $100 million. And Shuhan delivers easily. "First don't call me God, my name is Shuhan, then tell me the situation here now." Liangshu said, "Brother Su, the problem is that someone posted the news, that in Jingxi Canyon there will be monsters and sacred treasures. So that attracts the attention of many people." Shuhan thought, if he knew about such an incident, why didn't he just take it upon himself? Instead, he just posted the news. Shuhan is sure, fate is different from the past. Then came the Luji troop from the Lu family, Feng Ganzi and Feng Jinyu from the Feng family. I heard that those 2 people were geniuses who had already started cultivation before the aura awakening happened. Liangshu explained that the Lu and Feng families were the largest families in Nandao City. And Miss Lu is one of the genius cultivators at the beginning of aura recovery. My family and Lu family have a business, does Brother Su want to join? Liangshu said. Shuhan said that he was not interested, then he left and was chased by Liangshu, who was following him. Around Miss Lu Jia there seems to be Pan Lian and her boyfriend, who was now a member of Miss Lu Jia or Lu Yunji. He told Shuhan, by looking at Miss Lu's current identity, he was a far cry from Shuhan. He says he should apologize to Miss Lu. But Shuhan immediately said idiot to his 2 classmates. Everyone was so shocked, Sun Liang who laughed loudly, thus attracting the attention of many people. Liangshu said that he couldn't hold it in any longer. He said that Brother Shuhan was a funny person. When everyone respected him so much, yet he dared to say idiot to his followers. Shuhan was still indifferent. He said to Liangshu, "I don't have time to deal with their silliness, I'll leave them to you," said Shuhan to Liangshu. Miss Lu was so annoyed with Shuhan, she said wait until he sees his true strength, he needs to know that there are things he can't handle. He thought his business was not finished with Shuhan, because this was the first time he was ignored in public. Then Feng Jiyu defended Lu Yunji, saying that Shuhan was an ant. After entering the mountain, he will help kill it, said Feng Jiyu. Yunji said not to meddle in his affairs, and he could take care of it himself. 3 days later at Jingxi Canyon Mountain, we saw that Shuhan was cultivating. He had a lot of sacred fruit trees, and there were quite a few beasts that died at his hands, because they weren't a threat to Shuhan. Although Shuhan thought that the fruit he obtained was not as good as Zugo's fruit, it was enough to let him advance to the late foundation stage, and complete the regrets of his previous life. Shuhan thought foundation was the most important stage, which was why he failed to reach such a high realm in the past. That was the previous regret that he regretted, so this time he had to make such a perfect foundation. After absorbing the aura of the holy fruit, he then continued cultivating with the aura gathering method, where this method can only be done on the body of a dead monster beast. This aura gathering technique was extremely simple. It would constantly absorb the aura from the bones and blood of various animals, and gradually transform it into aura. But the higher our cultivation, the stronger the beasts must absorb. Even to purify the aura required a legendary level beast. That is also a factor in the difficulty of cultivators absorbing aura. A day later, I finally obtained the mysterious spirit fruit, Shu Han said. Although it is 3 levels below the Zugo fruit, it is not bad, Shu Han thought. Suddenly someone came to attack. That person wanted the holy fruit that Shu Han brought. He is a Long Boitan, using sacred weapons and accompanied by troops who have complete combat weapons. Shu Han immediately insulted his enemy back. Long Baotian, did your mother give you such a stupid name? Long Baotian, annoyed at Shu Han, he said, can you still talk like that? This rocket weapon is ready to launch. This person kills with a weapon like that. That's fine, I want to test my aura purification results. And some cultivators can't hold back those weapons, Shu Han thought. Long Baotian's men immediately released rockets and aimed at Shu Han, and an explosion immediately sounded where Shu Han was standing. Long Baotian's 2 men thought that Shu Han was frightened and surrendered, so he kept quiet from being hit by the rockets. Shu Han was seen coming out of the smoke from the explosion with his aura spreading. Shu Han finally felt the results of his aura purification, thus making his body even stronger. Its iron body allows it to withstand small rocket attacks. Even so, it still hurts a bit to think Shu Han. Shu Han's 3 enemies were immediately shocked by the result. He couldn't believe what had happened. What? He survived, we must have seen it wrong. Unbelievable, surprise on the part of Long Baotian. Long Baotian still couldn't believe the situation. He had killed dozens of cultivators with multiple rockets. Long Baotian thought, is there a magic weapon that can destroy his body? And he wouldn't give up so easily on killing Shu Han. He then uses his flying sword to attack Shu Han, and orders Shu Han to give him his body armor artifact. But Shu Han threatens Long Baotian back. You should ask me to cut your body, so give up your wealth and life, said Shu Han. Long Baotian directly attacked Shu Han with his flying sword. Shu Han said that flying sword was very weak. He was not interested in learning flying sword at all. Long Baotian was surprised by the situation that happened, because Shu Han managed to withstand Long Baotian's sword attack. Long Baotian said that the aura barrier should not be able to block the sword, unless one's cultivation base is at the late foundation stage. Shu Han said, it was too late to realize it. Now it's my turn to attack you. Without further ado, Shu Han immediately beat Long Baotian with his physical fist, because that was enough to beat him with only an iron fist. Unmitigated, Shu Han beat the 3 of them until they were thrown very far due to the effect of Shu Han's iron fist. Long Baotian finally gave up and admitted he was heavily outmatched by Shu Han. Finally he handed over his treasure bag to Shu Han. There were various kinds of fruit and weapons that I took from other cultivators. I hope you will accept it, Long Baotian said. This bag and what's in it is what I really need, Shu Han's word. Then I will go, Long Baotian said. But Shu Han restrained him, and immediately used his strength to beat Long Baotian. Long Baotian said that he was from the Long family, and his elder brother was Long Outyan, who was an invincible genius and couldn't be compared to Miss Lu, Baotian said. But it was unlucky that the attack still hit Long Baotian and finally fell to the ground. Shu Han checked Long Baotian's belongings. He is still in the early stages of foundation, but already has this much treasure. The Long family seems to be a wealthy family. Shu Han thought. Then dismantled the treasure, and he saw a lot of sacred weapons. It seems that Long Baotian has killed many enemies. Shu Han was shocked by a bottle emitting a shining stone. Apparently it was a 5-element stone, and one of the spiritual stones needed to build a perfect foundation. With these results, Xu Han's visit to Jingxi Canyon was not in vain. Since the stone's value was unknown, it was one of the extremely rare spiritual stones. Even some cultivators had never heard of this stone or its uses. Although that rock couldn't be compared to what would appear in Jingxi Canyon, it was very useful for some cultivators. Suddenly Xu Han's cell phone rings. Apparently Liangshu is calling Xu Han. Liangshu asked for the location where Xu Han was. Because these few days can't see it at all. Xu Han explained that he was training in the mountain. Did something happen? Asked Xu Han. Liangshu showed him the current situation. He told Xu Han that something was about to appear at the peak, and many cultivators had already come to that place. Liangshu said, maybe we can get lucky if we can get it. Xu Han replied, I know, I'll be there, and immediately closed his cell phone. Liangshu sent a ranking list to Xu Han, telling him to be careful when he met these people. Xu Han looked at the ranking list. Lu Yunji ranked first, then Long Aotian and Long Baotian. But Xu Han doesn't have to worry. When he encounters a cultivator, as long as he doesn't encounter a foundation late stage, it will be very easy to deal with him, because with his current strength, no one should be able to beat him. Xu Han hopes these two people don't give me too many surprises before I break through that in realm. Next I will take the sacred treasure, that is, Jiu Xin Miashu. Xin moved to Mount Tai Huangding, where many cultivators had gathered there, and looked at the plants that exuded such a strong aura. They gathered to take the sacred plant. Xu Han, who arrived at the scene, thought, looks like the good positions are all occupied. There it looked, Lu Yunzi is rank 1, Feng Zhenyu as rank 8, rank 3 Silver Wing the War God, and rank 5 Gigantic Cow King. Suddenly beside Xu Han appeared Liangshu, who rebuked Xu Han. He said, there are many cultivators who are after him, but it doesn't matter to you, you've been practicing on the mountain. Xu Han thought there was something wrong with the stone monument, moreover he didn't know about the stone monument in his past life. Liangshu explained that the stone monument had been glowing since a day ago, and it was said that the treasure was inside the stone monument. And it's about to come out. Only the 4 powers like Miss Lu, Feng Zhenyu, Silver Wing, and Ox King have an advantageous position. They entered the Qingyun list, no one dared to disturb them. Some shouted, come, it has appeared, quickly grab it, don't let them take it by themselves, shouted one of the cultivators. Even though they were on the Qingyun list, they couldn't face this many people. Kill him, said the cultivator. Not long after, the Cow King immediately took out the barrier. Liangshu asked Xu Han to hurry up to follow the other cultivators, then Xu Han went and asked Liangshu to just wait in place. Then Xu Han immediately jumped and was at the edge of the stone monument. It was seen that Lu Yunji looked at Xu Han, then warned Xu Han that he knew that he had the ability, but the fight that would happen here would be beyond your imagination. As a classmate I will warn you, Lu Yunzi said. Xu Han said, I agree with you, class president, I will go later. Lu Yunji was irritated with Xu Han. He thought, why are you even happy, is there something wrong? Thought Lu Yunji. Liangshu then rebuked Xu Han, brother Su, are you really leaving? Xu Han said, the sacred treasure isn't here, it's just a decoy, the surrounding area has been destroyed. Liangshu was surprised, what, how come? Xu Han then, he thought, since the Jiu Xian Mio tree is not here, then where did it appear, thought Xu Han. On second thought it seems that Xu Han missed something, Jiu Xian Mio as a piece of sacred treasure, I seem to have heard of it. For it to appear it requires a special situation. Unknowingly a barrier appeared that encircled all the cultivators present. They were all shocked by the situation, apparently it was a trap, and was a fairly large magic weapon. Suddenly the stone monument exploded and a nuclear bomb appeared. Xu Han had expected it, used the stone monument to lure everyone in, then used the magic weapon to trap the cultivator. Next, use a nuclear bomb that has been set to kill all cultivators with one strike. It's no wonder that the news was uploaded to the internet, this was planned beforehand. Killing the cultivator with one hit, and successfully opening the Jiu Xian Miao, Xu Han thought. Then Feng Zhenyu appeared with a happy laugh, don't you guys take it, now your blood will be used to help him appear, said Feng Zhenyu. It turned out that this was all the work of the Feng family. With this incident, all the cultivators became annoyed with the Feng family. Feng Jinyu threatened the cultivators that they would not make it out of there alive. But Feng Jinyu gave an opportunity: if you want to make a blood oath to become a slave to the Feng family, then the Feng family will save her. It can be seen that Miss Lu is in the trap. Feng Jinyu makes an offer to Miss Lu. If she wants to marry him, then he will let her go. Lu Yunji immediately denied this, thinking that Feng Jin was overthinking that he was such a great person, but Lu Yunji said that he was not worthy of her. With the current situation, Lu Yunji had to resort to using magic weapons to block the nuclear bomb's detonation, otherwise he wouldn't be able to. With all his might, Lu Yunji tried to get out of the barrier, but in fact could not destroy the barrier. The barrier of the Feng family is so strong. Lu Yunji still unyieldingly destroyed his barrier. Finally he vomited blood from exerting so much strength. Feng Zhang told Lu Yunji that there was still 3 minutes left, and would give him a chance to come out. Then suddenly Shu Han came to Feng Zhang. He wanted to ask how the Feng family knew that the birth of the Jiu Xian Miao tree required a blood sacrifice. Everyone was shocked by Shu Han's words, that growing a Jiu Xian Miao tree required a blood sacrifice. Feng Zhang tells Shu Han he won't answer his questions. Feng Zhang is so annoyed with Shu Han. How can he know about blood sacrifice? Because it was top secret, and only a few people in the Feng family knew about it. Shu Han thought it seemed his guess was right, that the Feng family wasn't as simple as it seemed. But I don't care who you are, because no one can beat me, Shu Han thought. Feng Zhang then orders his uncle to kill Shu Han. Suddenly Lu Yunji shouted and told Shu Han that the old man from the Feng family might kill him. That old man couldn't be underestimated because his cultivation base was already at the late foundation stage. Shu Han said the class president really cares about me, but believe me, nothing will happen to me. Lu Yunji said, don't kill yourself here, I just want you to break this news out, and get someone's help to come quickly, said Lu Yunji. Shu Han responded casually, oh okay, said Shu Han. Feng Zhang's uncle then came forward and said to Shu Han, you'd better kill yourself, or this old man will need to help you. If you kill yourself, at least your corpse will still be there, otherwise you will die, said Uncle Feng Zhang. Liang Shu was frightened. He told Shu Han that this old man is very strong, I can feel it. But I will come with you, whether you will still be here or not. Shu Han then throws a rocket at Shu Han, shooting him. It was a rocket he got from Long Baotian. Feng Zhen's uncle said, why would a cultivator use such a weapon, if you have the ability to fight this old man fairly? Without further ado, Liang Shu immediately fired a rocket at the old man. He said, you think this old man is afraid of this weapon? Uncle Feng Zhang was directly hit by a shot and his tattered clothes were hit by the attack. He gets annoyed and says, how dare you treat me like this? As a cultivator attacking with that weapon, I will kill you, said Uncle Feng Zhang. But Liang Shu continuously fired rockets until the old man finally lost and fainted. Everyone was shocked. The old geezer was already at the end of foundation and his name was famous too, but in fact he was dying from being hit by a rocket attack. Amazing, people say. Lu Yunji couldn't stop thinking about Shu Han. How could Shu Han think this way? Feng Zhang was so shocked, he was angry at Shu Han for daring to hurt his family. Zheng Feng wasn't going to let Shu Han hurt his family again, but when he was angry, Liang Shu immediately fired a rocket. Liang Shu was irritated. How dare she say such things to Brother Su? He thought, that is a good weapon and see how I destroy you, said Liang Shu to the Feng family. Seeing that Feng Zhang was injured, his family couldn't help him, but when he was about to insult Shu Han again, Liang Shu immediately fired another rocket at Feng Zhang. You can see that the Feng family is all dying, with tattered clothes, because they were hit by a rocket fired by Liang Shu. Seeing Liang Shu scolding Feng Zhang, because Feng Zhang looks like he's going to fight again. Liang Shu then pointed his rocket. He threatened Feng Zhang, still dare, I've let you, said Feng Zhang. Finally Feng Zhang gave in. He begged for mercy not to be fired at her by any more rockets. Beside him, many cultivators who were caught in Feng Zhang's trap asked for help to be removed immediately. Shu Han immediately pointed the rocket at Feng Zhang.
Xu Han gave 5 minutes to immediately stop the nuclear bomb. Feng Zhang said he couldn't stop the bomb if it was turned on. But Xu Han kicked his head on the ground and didn't believe it.
Finally, by applying pressure to Feng Zhang, he was willing to let go of his defensive dome. After it was opened, many cultivators flew up and fled away to save themselves. Many high-class cultivators survived the nuclear bomb explosion, but those cultivators who did not have the power had to die from the nuclear bomb explosion. Lots of people died and became victims of bomb explosions. The war gods said they were too weak and didn't deserve sacred treasures. Liang Shu was annoyed with the god of war. He said, "You have no sympathy, don't forget we saved you, otherwise you will also die from a nuclear bomb." The god of war still insisted too, even if he was saved he would not be merciful at all. Suddenly a vortex appeared around the explosion of a nuclear bomb. The sacred treasure that had been waiting for appeared. Lu Yunzi was curious what kind of treasure would come out soon. There you can see a frog monster that is so big, and there is a sacred heart on the forehead of its head. Finally Zhou Xin Miao appeared. In my previous life even the emperor had to fight against it, but almost everyone is not aware of the sacred treasure's value. Xu Han thought. The war god and cow king immediately jumped up and tried to grab the treasure. When Lu Yunji wanted to take it, Xu Han stopped him. But Lu Yunji said to let him go immediately, and let him go. But Xu Han stayed strong to stop Lu Yunji. He said, "It's useless if you do it now, this giant's power is very scary." "Even these people can't," says Xu Han. It turned out that what Xu Han said was true. The monster immediately secreted a poisonous slime, which forced the cultivators to be beaten back. The Cow King said that this was the first time he saw the strength of a monster this big. Is it likely that its strength is already at the legendary refining stage? Lu Yunji was shocked, apparently at the legend refinement stage. He thought it was a purification that had equaled the realm of the gods, and that only the first patriarch of the Lu family was the only one who had ever reached that realm. Seeing Xu Han and Lu Yunji standing side by side in front of the monster, Xu Han said, "Class President, this giant is not a human, he is a giant guarding sacred treasures. I'm afraid no one can get it." Lu Yunzi then protested Xu Han, "Now you can let go of my hand." "Ah, I forgot the word Xu Han." It looks like he's embarrassed because he held Lu Yunji's hand for too long. Shin switched to the angry Ox King, and was about to beat up Lu Yunji's men by running scared. Not long ago, Liang Shu immediately fired rockets at the Cow King, but in vain, the rockets did not work at all. Cow King says, "You think I am just like Feng Zhang, looks like you don't know that I have strong defense, that rocket won't be able to hurt me," said the Cow King. Liang Shu complained to Xu Han that the Ox King was very strong and could not be defeated by shooting rockets. Then Xu Han told Ling Shu to run. "If you can't fight him then run," said Xu Han. Finally Liang Shu ran away. The Cow King immediately confronted Xu Han. He said, "Looks like you're lucky to die by the king's fist of mine, because it won't hurt at all," said the Cow King. Xu Han replied to the words of the Cow King, "Just the opposite," said Xu Han. It was seen that the two of them immediately issued the strongest attack from both sides. Unexpectedly, it seems that Xu Han's attack was superior, causing the Ox King's arm to break, and he was immediately thrown back. Xu Han said, "Looks like you're unlucky to have to fight me, because that would be very painful." When Liang Shu ran, he looked back. He was shocked by the state of the Cow King, who was defeated by Xu Han. He said, "What happened? How could the Cow King fall?" The Ox King was annoyed. How could his extremely strong defense be broken by Xu Han? And with one attack can make his arm broken. Meanwhile, on the other hand, there was a battle between Lu Yunji and the god of war. Lu Yunji was able to defeat the war god Silver Wing by cutting off his arm. Silver Wing was shocked. He said that Lu Yunji was hiding his strength. Then Lu Yunji denied it. "I didn't hide it, you're just too weak, you don't deserve my strength," said Lu Yunji. "They sure are weak. What about me?" said a person who suddenly appeared in a cloak of armor and flying rockets in front of Lu Yunji. Lu Yunji immediately said, Guangshi was the first ruler of Xuanwu, and had already reached the peak foundation stage, but after the transformation of Xuanwu's body, his strength was comparable to that of stage Dan Qi.
Lu Yunji said.
Guangshi said, looking at your expression you seem to know a lot, Lu Yunji.
If you don't want to die, you can let me go, so don't bother me leaving, said Guangshi.
But Lu Yunji said otherwise, you are indeed strong, unlike the people of Nandao City, maybe I won't find anyone stronger than you, but I will still fight you, said Lu Yunji. Finally Guangshi directly attacked Lu Yunji, he said, in this case, your family can't blame me, because I already gave you a chance. There was a fierce battle between the two, with their respective strengths.
With Guangshi's advanced technology, fought with Lu Yunji and also directly attacked the frog monster. Xu Han, who was around the fight, was worried about the situation. That's bad, he'll make the monster angry.
For the monster to condense energy to strike back at these people, really stupid, Xu Han thought.
Guangshi was so annoyed, all 5 helicopters were destroyed. How to beat this giant monster, thought Guangshi.
I'd better take care of Lu Yunji first, then take the sacred treasure from the giant, said Guangshi. Then he continued to fight with Lu Yunji, with each attack, Lu Yunji with the sword, Guangshi with the protection of his body armor. Then Guangshi performed his body transformation to defeat Lu Yunji. Guangshi's cultivation base is really strong, I am afraid that after the transformation, it will match the foundation late stage.
Lu Yunji thought.
Lu Yunji was getting cornered, damn it, if it wasn't for his higher cultivation level, I wouldn't be like this.
Guangshi would then directly punch Lu Yunji.
Suddenly the toad monster was about to attack head-on. Xu Han, who was around Lu Yunji's fight, was very worried. No, this time the monsters will attack head-on, wait, this is the chance to get the sacred treasure, but Lu Yunji, Xu Han thought.
Without further ado, Xu Han jumps up and blocks Guangshi's fist.
Guangshi is annoyed, is this brat crazy? I used my full strength to hit Lu Yunji, said Guangshi. Then the monster attacked and took Xu Han, until it was swallowed into the stomach of the frog monster. Liang Shu, who was still at the scene, was shocked to see Xu Han being swallowed by the frog monster. Lu Yunji was confused, Xu Han, he saved me, if not for him, I would have been swallowed up by that monster.
But why did Xu Han do all this, said Lu Yunji doubtfully.
Xin moved in the residence of the Feng family, seeing that Feng Zheng's father was happy. He said, the Feng family will rule, I will have no doubt if the Feng family becomes mutual enemies, it is not something that is so surprising, said Feng Zhenghua. Suddenly, his men shouted, Sir! The young master was attacked by someone and failed to carry out his plan, said his men. Feng Zheng's father was shocked, how could it be, isn't he with him, he is very strong, who can fight against him, is there anyone who is stronger against him, said Feng Zheng's father. The young master was attacked with a rocket, and it was 2 children who attacked him. So they used the rocket to defeat Lao Gongfeng and Feng Zhenyu, said his men. It can be seen that Feng Zheng's father immediately felt his heart ache when he heard that incident. He then ordered his men to quickly get hold of the sacred treasure, and quickly take care of the boy.
Feng Zheng's father looks so dizzy, what should I do if I don't get the treasure?
He will be mad at my Feng family, thought Feng Zheng's father. 3 days later, I saw a frog monster that had swallowed Xu Han sitting quietly in a forest.
Suddenly a monster spewed Xu Han out of its stomach.
I made it out, this is so disgusting, I've been in that giant's stomach for so long, I'm almost digested, so eat it, Xu Han thought.
It looks like the frog monster is going away.
Xu Han thinks the giants are invincible. There is no way for them to get the Jiu Xian Miaoshu, the only way is by being swallowed by the monster.
Finally Xu Han got the treasure Jiu Xian Miaoshu.
You can see Xu Han sitting cross-legged with the sacred treasure Jiu Xian Miaoshu in front of him.
He said, I think Lu Yunji still has a lot of secrets regarding his identity. If the timeline is still the same as in the past, I'm afraid it won't last long.
Lu Yunji will be targeted and killed, Xu Han thought. Xu Han reminisces how the sacred treasure Jiu Xian Miaoshu used to be in his previous life. Back then, in the end, the sacred treasure Jiu Shen Miaoshu fell into the hands of the Zun Emperor. If not for Lu Yunji's abilities, this Jiu Shen Miao would never have been named in the past, but this could also save Lu Yunji, for he would no longer be targeted. After going through several fights at Jingxi Canyon, Xu Han returns to his school. Xu Han thought that Jiu Shen Miao I got, next I will look for him. But before looking for him I will go to my school first. One of the best high schools in China, Qingbei High School, thought Xu Han. Many people looked at Xu Han with strange looks, and when he entered the classroom, many people looked at him with surprised looks. Xu Han was surprised by them, for looking at him with that look. There is one of Xu Han's friends running, he screams, Miss Lu, Xu Han is not dead yet. Xu Han is still alive, Xu Han has returned, shouted Xu Han's friend. 30 minutes later, on top of Xu Han's school, you see Xu Han talking to Miss Lu. Then it was uploaded to the internet and made headlines, and now almost all of Nandao City knows that I was swallowed by a giant frog, asked Xu Han. Lu Yunzi said, not only that, the moment you were swallowed by that giant frog it immediately disappeared and ran away. So that all parties try to find the whereabouts of the giant. So that's what Xu Han said. Then Lu Yunji asked Xu Han why he saved him. Xu Han said that Lu Yunji was his classmate. He then excused himself to leave. As he was about to leave, Lu Yunji offered Xu Han to be a part of the Lu family. That way in this entire city of Nandao no one will dare to find trouble with you. But Xu Han refused. Thank you for inviting me to join your family army. However, looking for trouble with me, I doubt there's anyone with the strength to do that in this city. Xu Han thought it seemed like Lu Yunzi didn't question the mysterious tree. It seemed like the Lu family didn't mind it as much as the other families. Suddenly Yunji asks about Jiu Shen Miao's treasure. Some big family might come to you and ask about it. You better consider my offer, said Lu Yunji. But Xu Han still sticks with his decision. If that's the case, just let him come to me, Xu Han said. Lu Yunji thought, Xu Han, you don't know what you're getting into, besides when you're in trouble you'll definitely look for me. I'm still training, when the time comes, you'll know my strength. Right now you may have reached the peak foundation stage, but there are those out there who have reached the legend stage, even more, thought Lu Yunji. Xin moved to Xu Han's classroom. In that class the teacher explained about the changes in the earth that had happened lately. In fact, many have gained strength from the changes that have occurred. To adapt to the changes that occur, the school makes appropriate regulations. For students who have special powers and have been resurrected, they will get a special class. These students can later become pillars for the state in the current era. The school will conduct tests in 1 month. Your classes will be divided according to your abilities. Students who have high abilities will enter into the superior class, and after fulfilling the requirements you will graduate. After that you can proceed to university to get more in-depth lessons, said the teacher explained to his students. Qingbei University is the best campus founded by Huaxia for people who experience awakening. Not many can enter there, even in each province only a few people. In Nandao City there are Lu Yunji, Lan Outyan, and others. Looking at all of them, I guess there are still many sects that haven't shown their strength yet. Looks like I'll be entering the same school as all of them. I need to speed up my cultivation and complete the consummate foundation as soon as possible, God thought. When Xu Han was about to leave his school, a car appeared that stopped in front of him. Apparently it was Feng Zhang and his uncle. He came to Xu Han to settle accounts with him. Back in Jingxi Canyon, you and that little brat named Liang Shu were so embarrassing, so arrogant, only had rockets. I'll crush you and feed the dogs, said Feng Zhang. But Xu Han asked Feng Zhang where Liang Shu was. Feng Zhang is getting annoyed. You still have time to think about other people, you better worry about yourself first, said Feng Zhang. How dare you provoke my family, you have no rocket now, let's see if you can get cocky, said Feng Zhang insulting Xu Han. Many students who saw the incident talk about Feng Zhang and Xu Han. Some people say, isn't that Feng Zhang? Third-year student. I heard that the Feng Zhang family was already a cultivator even before the aura awakening occurred, just like Lu Yunji. Feng Zhenyu is on Changyan's list. Shuhan is really going to be in trouble this time, said the student who saw Feng Zheng and Shuhan.
Don't blame me if you die today, I will give you a chance.
Tell me what happened when you were swallowed by the giant frog, you must answer honestly. Then you break your legs and arms, that I will spare your life, said Feng Zheng. Shuhan is annoyed with Feng Zheng. Why are you talking so much? Let's solve this problem. Suddenly teacher Huxiao comes to teach Shuhan and Feng Zheng. What are you doing? Students are not allowed to fight in school.
But Feng Zheng uncle scolded, you are just a little master, how dare to interfere with my family affairs, go away. The teacher immediately put pressure on Uncle Feng Zheng. No matter which family, all female students in this school must follow the rules. They have to follow the school rules, otherwise they will be punished according to the school rules.
And if you look at your age, it doesn't seem like a student here.
You better leave before I call the security guard.
Teacher Huaxiao said intimidatingly to Uncle Feng Zheng. Uncle Feng Zheng was annoyed. He said to teacher Huxiao,
are you sure you want to call security? Even if the principal meets me, he won't dare to provoke my Feng family, you're courting death?
Teacher Huxiao was so annoyed. Without further ado teacher Li kicked Uncle Feng Zheng directly. Get out of here, he said, until Uncle Feng was thrown away by Shuhan's teacher's kick. You can see that Uncle Feng Zheng immediately fainted on the spot because of teacher Li Kaisen's kick. It was seen that many students were discussing the new teacher. I heard that the new teacher had an awakening. I didn't expect her strength to be this strong. Is it possible that the teacher is a master compared to the other students? Shuhan thinks, it seems that the teacher is not from an ordinary family, otherwise how could a teacher have such strength? The teacher advised all students not to violate school rules. Be a good student and study hard, fellow friends are prohibited from killing. If you don't have anything else to ask, you can all disperse.
Feng Zheng shouted, wait for the teacher. Do you mind what the teacher said?
If indeed students are not allowed to fight in school, then I will obey the rules. So I will challenge Shuhan fairly in the arena.
How about Shuhan?
Do you dare to accept my challenge? Said Feng Zheng. Just watch Shuhan, I will kill you on the arena, thought Feng Zheng. The teacher said that the competition in the arena was not against the rules. Feng Zheng then provoked Shuhan, Shuhan, if you're scared, you better just go home and call your father. And tell your father to lick this chocolate, then I will let you go, said Feng Zheng. Finally Shuhan accepted Feng Zheng's challenge. He asked for the fight by making a bet.
Feng Zheng is confused by Shuhan's desire regarding the bet.
But Shuhan explained that he will give what he got in Jingxi Canyon and you will give the crystal staff.
If I win, the wand will be mine.
If I lose, anything I got from Jingxi Canyon will belong to the Feng family, said Shuhan.
Feng Zheng was confused. Where did Shuhan know about his family's magic wand?
The outside world only knew that the Feng family had a defensive sacred weapon, and regarding that crystal staff, it should still be top secret. How would he know that, thought Feng Zheng.
Shuhan finally provoked Feng Zheng back. He said, if you're scared it's better to go home.
I'll cancel the bet, but you have to lick the chocolate, said Shuhan.
Feng Zheng took Shuhan's bait. He accepted Shuhan's offer.
He would also bet his Feng family's magic staff. Then Shuhan asked his teacher to witness the fight between the two of them. His teacher agrees to what Shuhan asks. He will be a witness in their fight. The fight between Shuhan and Feng Zheng was done in the stadium room. You see Shuhan and Feng Zheng standing in the arena preparing to fight. Feng Zheng thought that he was superior, because he was part of the Feng family.
He had also been training since childhood, so Shuhan was definitely not his opponent, thought Feng Zheng.
Shuhan then asks where the crystal wand is, but Feng Zheng says confidently that Shuhan will lose.
But then Shuhan refuses to fight Feng Zheng if Sir's wand isn't here.
Finally Feng Zheng agrees to Shuhan's wish to take the staff with him. He had someone pick it up at the Feng family residence. Shuhan offers Feng Zheng to be his servant if he later gets kicked out of the Feng family for risking the staff. Apparently Feng Zhang was very emotional with Shuhan and immediately pounced on him to be beaten, but his teacher stopped Feng Zhang's actions. He says if one party doesn't accept the challenge, you're tantamount to breaking the school rules, said his teacher Shuhan. Finally Feng Zhang stopped what he was doing and waited for the wand to come. 20 minutes later, the elder of the Feng family brought the stick directly to him. There were the Liyunzi of the Lu family, and also several other major families, who had all come together. With the arrival of the stick, Feng Zhang requests that the fight be started as soon as possible. But Shuhan asked for one more request to hand over the stick to his teacher. At first Feng Zhang refused, but his father didn't mind it and handed it over to their teacher. Feng Zhang's father asked him to finish the fight immediately, because he had a few things he wanted to ask. Feng Zhang was so confident that he would win, because his strength was already at the peak foundation stage. Likewise with Feng Zhang's father, he is sure that his son can win. So he didn't hesitate to hand over his staff, and the most important thing for him was to ask Xian Miao whereabouts of the sacred treasure. Jiao Xian Miao, Feng Zhang's father thought. Finally their teacher says to start a match between Shuhan and Feng Zhang. Feng Zhang finally started to draw out the power from the Feng family. It was the Feng family's Tianluo technique, and quite a powerful technique from the Feng family. Lu Yunji, who saw him, was so amazed by the power of Feng Zhang, that he could use the technique. It was a fist technique combined with the element of darkness. With a pretty strong attack from Feng Zhang, Shuhan didn't move at all from his spot. People thought Shuhan was scared and would lose in one hit. Apparently Shuhan blocked him with his body strength, so Feng Zhang's attack didn't produce any results at all. People think Shuhan's defense is very strong. It could be that Feng Zhang will lose the battle this time. Feng Zhang told Shuhan that his defensive techniques are quite good, but after this I will show you the true power of Tianluo techniques. Shuhan was greatly surprised by his fist technique, and it was an unexpected technique from the Lung family, Shuhan thought. Feng Zhang laughed happily, because the dark aura from the Tianluo technique could invade one's meridians. Brat, this is the aftermath of provoking the Feng family, said Feng Zhang. Apparently Feng Zhang unleashes his powers again. He's about to break Shuhan's legs and arms. Feng Zhang's father said that Tianluo techniques could be this powerful. This battle is over, thought Feng Zhang's father. But Shuhan manages to block his fist and turn the tide. He slams Shuhan, and Shuhan says you should be the one begging for mercy. Everyone was shocked by what happened. Feng Zhang's father couldn't even believe what happened. Lu Yunji thought Tianluo's technique didn't hurt Shuhan's body. Quanshur said this kid can't be underestimated, whether coincidence or not. At that time he managed to hold back my attack and broke my hand. Feng Zhang was in pain from Shuhan's attack. He still couldn't believe the situation. And how could the Shuhan meridian be okay from such a directed attack? His father thought that Shuhan had the ability. The problem was that even though he had been hit by Tianluo's technique, he still survived. You shouldn't have challenged him, you even risked the Feng family's magic staff, said Feng Zhang's father. Due to the cornered situation, Feng Zhang ends up eating energy-boosting pills to fight Shuhan. Many spectators protested the Feng Zhang action, because it was an act of cheating. By eating the pill, Feng Zhang gains extraordinary strength. His father ordered Feng Zhang not to waste time, and immediately brought Shuhan home. Feng Zhang instantly cast the Tianluo technique so powerfully, the energy was so strong and terrifying. Feng Zhang said that Shuhan was just like a cockroach in front of him. Lu Yunji, who saw it, was shocked, because the technique was so different from before. The aura it gave off was also extremely frightening. Quanshur, who saw it, was also very surprised, because his strength was extremely terrifying. Shuhan, who saw Tianluo's technique aura mixed with darkness aura, was so powerful, Shuhan thought. But he tried to withstand the attack. He thought that if the attack happened in Jingxi Canyon, then he would avoid it. But now that Shuhan has the sacred treasure of the mysterious tree, it can absorb any pure energy in the world and can help the tree grow. It turned out that Shuhan's guess was right, his aura was absorbed by the tree. Feng Zhang was shocked, his punch should have been able to defeat Xu Han, but suddenly his energy was getting weaker. Feng Zhang tried again, but it was the same. Xu Han could feel the mysterious tree absorbing all the energy from the Feng Zhang power very quickly. Feng Zhang was so confused by what happened, he said that his attack should be able to defeat peak foundation stage, but why is his energy getting weaker, said Feng Zhang. Feng Zhang then attacked again, but it was useless as his energy was getting less and less. Suddenly Feng Zhang's head hurts, the side effects of the drug have started to appear. Feng Zhang is in pain on the arena, then Xu Han comes to him. It must be very painful to endure the effects of Tian Luo's technique, then let me help you, said Xu Han. Feng Zhang finally loses and collapses on the spot. In the end Xu Han is the winner. Many students were amazed by Xu Han's victory, and thought that it was a little strange. There are also some of his friends who think that Xu Han's victory happened because he has the ability. They said what exactly happened to Zhang Feiyu, or he had not mastered the Tian Luo technique. On the other hand, Xu Han looks at his teacher, he says that he has won the fight. According to the agreement, the Feng family scepter belongs to him. When his teacher was about to hand over the staff, Feng Zhang's father interrupted him. Feng Zhang's father says that the stick is his Feng family's stick, so it must be given to him, and informs that the Feng family doesn't agree to the bet. Xu Han then insinuates Feng Zhang's father that the Feng family likes to suck on its own spit. But Feng Zhang's father said that a brat like him didn't deserve the staff. Feng Zhang's father also said that Xu Han used various tricks to commit a fraud. So the Feng family did not accept the bet, said Feng Zhang's father. Then Xu Han complains to his teacher that the Feng family doesn't accept him. What should I do? Asked Xu Han to his teacher. The teacher finally came forward and announced that based on the results of the match, the stick officially belonged to Xu Han. Feng Zhang's father did not accept it, he protested and threatened his teacher that he was very daring to his Feng family. Feng Zhang's father insists on handing over the staff, otherwise he will be rude to him. It can be seen that several families who saw the Feng family fight laughed, and it was really embarrassing for the Feng family. There were also those who had predicted that Xu Han had expected to win the match, and were waiting for the Feng family's next move. Lu Yunzi, who was in the stands, asked Xu Han to hand over the scepter to the Feng family, otherwise his teacher would be implicated. Master Xian then handed the stick to Xian, that he was the witness of their fight. Then Xu Han deserves the scepter, and your Feng family has to give it up. Feng Zhang's father was annoyed and angry with Huaxia's teacher. Finally, Feng Zhang's father acted. He had already warned the teacher was really courting death. Feng Zhang's father then immediately attacked Master Huaxia, but Master Xu Han immediately counterattacked with just a shot from his index finger. Feng Zhang's father, who received the attack, immediately fell down from the attack. Many of his students were shocked by the situation, where his teacher defeated the leader of the Feng family with just one strike. Feng Zhang's father asked him who he really was. You must not be an ordinary teacher, said Feng Zhang's father. Xu Han muttered, of course he wasn't an ordinary person. He is one of the most respected masters in China, his name is Li Kaishan. I don't know what his purpose is, but he started to become a teacher in Nandao City since there was a change in the earth a few months ago. However, his strength is needed by the Chinese government in the battle later. However, the Feng family didn't recognize him. Li Kaishan looked like an ordinary teacher after all. Finally, his teacher Xu Han introduced himself, that he was an ordinary teacher in general. My name is Li Kaishan. Quanshi was surprised, apparently he was one of the Grand Masters in China. Li Kaishan. Seeing Quanshi introduced himself that he had met Li Kaishan. But teacher Li doesn't seem to remember Quanshi. Li Kaishan directly threatened the Feng family. Did he have anything more to say? Feng Zhang's father only just realized that the teacher was a grandmaster, so he finally gave up and had nothing more to say. Feng Zhang's father was so disappointed, his Feng family was nothing compared to Li Kaishan. Then teacher Li immediately announced officially that Xu Han won the fight. And the crystal wand will be Xu Han's, said teacher Li, announcing the results. Teacher Li also gave directions to Xu Han. If anyone doesn't accept it and causes trouble to you, don't hesitate to tell your teacher this, said Li Kaishan.
Shu Han thanks teacher Li.
He remembered that Master Li was a fair and honest person, if he didn't ask himself as a witness beforehand.
Maybe Shu Han will need to put more effort into getting the Feng family crystal wand.
Master Li then announced that the match was over and left the stadium. He also reminded everyone to take the value of the message in today's match.
That strength cannot be judged only by the family. When Li Kaishan had left, Feng Zheng's father threatened Shu Han that he indeed couldn't touch him inside the school. But just watch when you are out of school, Feng Zheng's father threatened Shu Han.
It is seen that Feng Zheng's father takes his family away, but Feng Zheng comments that he must not give the Feng family's scepter to Shu Han. But in the end he was scolded by his father because the reason was that Feng Zheng could lose to Shu Han in that fight.
Suddenly someone calls Shu Han. Wait, so you're the one named Shu Han, do you know me?
He examined her face, he remembered with someone he remembered. Does he have a relationship with that person? Both are a bit like Shu Han word? The person then said to see clearly his face, that it was the same and he was Long Beishan's twin brother. Long Beishan's twin brother then said, just because you have the ability, you are not worthy to face my brother. Before that, why do you want to kill Long Badian? He asked Shu Han.
Shu Han said that damn Long Badian had once attacked him with a rocket. Of course I will reply, said Shu Han.
Long Beishan's twin brother said that he is also of the Long family. If you dare to cause trouble with our family, do you know what will happen?
He threatened.
He also said, don't think that because only at school you are protected Kaishan you will be safe.
Remember my name is Long Lingtian, he said, telling Shu Han.
I will transfer to this school tomorrow, be prepared to wait for your death, said Long Beishan. Shu Han, did you really kill Long Badian? Lu Yunzi said to Shu Han. First the Feng family, now the Song family. Lu Yunzi explained that among the 3 generations of the Long family, Long Badian was the weakest. Long Lydian and Long Outyan were genius cultivators. Long Lydian had been highly respected since childhood. During the change he has amassed a lot of fruit, maybe now he is much better than rumored.
But he did not enroll himself in the Qingyun ranking list.
And you Shu Han, if you want, you can also list the word Lu Yunzi. Then Shu Han tells Lu Yunzi thanks for reminding him. But it doesn't matter to me, I'm really looking forward to the Long family, said Shu Han. Then Quanshur suddenly came to Shu Han, he said that you can survive from that frog, you are really lucky. You can also beat Feng Zhenyu and get the crystal wand, you are really awesome, Quanshur said. I would personally like to invite you to Xuanwu headquarters as a guest, I have something to discuss.
Shu Han then said, you suddenly invited me to Xuanwu's office? Previously you ordered your men to kill me. Maybe you'll do it again there, it seems I can't fulfill your invitation, said Shu Han.
Quanshur tried to persuade Shu Han again, he said that Shu Han had offended the big family a lot.
If you don't accept my invitation, I'm afraid you're in danger. Shu Han, you should be aware of your current situation, Quanshur said.
You have offended the Feng family, and the Long family. The Feng family is very famous in this city, and the Long family is quite famous in mainland China.
If you don't have your teacher's protection, outside of school you might die. But it will be a different story if you join my Xuanwu company, if you join me you will get protection, offered Quanshur. But Shu Han still sticks with his commitment, I think you just want to know information about the sacred treasure Jiao Xianmiao from me, right, said Shu Han.
Once again I will say, I will not accept your offer, refused Shu Han.
Quanshur with mixed feelings said, Shu Han, you are really going to waste this rare opportunity. Shu Han replied to the Quanshur's wish, that he didn't want to be under the orders of a Quanshur's organization. Dan asked the Quanshur to stop his efforts in recruiting Shu Han. Quanshur didn't give up, he persuaded that Shu Han had offended the Long family and Feng family, are you going to offend us too? Even if no one touches you at school now, you should consider my offer in the future. My organization has various weapons that can easily kill thousands of people. Shu Han grew stronger with his will. He said that no matter how many enemies I have,
it is not a threat to me.
Quan has given up, fine if that's what you want.
Even now you're under Li Kaishan's protection, so don't blame me if I break a bit of your bone.
And forced you to tell Ji Xian no information.
Without Babibu anymore, Xu Han immediately slapped Quan and immediately fell down.
You talk too much nonsense, says Xu Han.
Fight me now, Quan instantly provoked by emotion.
Lu Yunzi stopped Quan and said that don't forget teacher Li Kaishan's rule not to break school rules.
Damn brat, shouted emotional Quan at Xu Han. Just wait for the word Quan to walk out. Then suddenly Lu Yunji said to Xu Han that in this city of Nandao apart from the Luku family the only one who ever offended big family is you Xu Han. Suddenly Quan said something to Xu Han.
He asked the young man named Liang Shu who used to be with Xu Han what was his fate.
Was Liang Shu with you, did you kidnap him, asked Xu Han. No, but maybe after I come back, I'll catch him, said the Quan. So when that happens, I'll be waiting for you to come to my place. If you don't come to my place, I don't know what will happen to him, threatened Quan.
Lu Yunzi told Xu Han that he had seen the power of Quan before.
He has a very large army behind him. If you save Liang Shu in a rush without a second thought, I'm afraid you won't be able to come back.
Don't push your luck, Lu Yunzi said. Xu Han convinced Lu Yunzi to believe in him.
I don't mean to brag, but the troops are no problem to me.
However, I will still go see him. And I'm also going to take you with me. Do you want to take me? Lu Yunji said. If you want to get help from me, I will discuss it with my father first. Because this concerns the Lu family, in addition, the Xuanwu group's business relationship with my family has not been good in recent years. There's been a lot of trouble going on between us, said Lu Yunzi. Xu Han then rebutted, your class president misunderstood. I don't want to ask for your help, I just want to give you a present for you. I have something to do now, you will find out later. And thanks for your help beforehand, Xu Han said walking away. Lu Yunji was annoyed with Xu Han because he was the one who asked him to go, but he didn't tell Lu Yunji what Xu Han was going to do. Besides, I won't promise to follow your lead, said Lu Yunzi. Xu Han then walks into the school's studio, where he remembers that in his previous life he worked part-time at the school's studio. That studio is usually rarely visited by anyone, Xu Han thought. This magic weapon is pretty good. To get one of the 5 elemental attributes I just need to take it from this holy weapon. Forming a perfect foundation requires 5 attribute elements, and this stone is one of them. I don't know the origin of why this thing got in this crystal wand. I already have the one I got from Long Badian, now adding this one I have 2 elemental attribute crystals. According to the information I got from my previous life, the Xuanwu organization and the Lu family each have elemental stones. Next, I will prepare various things. The weapons stored in this storage bag were obtained from Long Badian. Although these are just ordinary weapons, they are made of high-quality steel. This is enough for me to forge using the Dang Ding technique, said Xu Han. In the past, I used to repair weapons using this Dang Ding technique. By using the power I have now, Jinwu Yukiju, I can perfect the technique and ding. Then Xu Han made an artifact weapon with his Jinwu power. First, he melted all the weapons first, next he started forging his weapons. Then finished the results of Xu Han's own forged weapons. He thought with his current strength it was quite difficult to do that. Luckily, he finally was able to do it. Xu Han is seen walking around the side of the road. Suddenly his cell phone rings, a sign that someone is calling him. It turned out that it was Lao Er who called him. On the other hand, Lao Er was sitting on a suitcase at Qingbei University. Xu Han asks about Lao Er's condition and if she's okay. Lao Er said that he was fine, and he also thanked him for reminding him at that time. Because of this, he has now been offered admission to Qingbei University, Lao Er said. Now Lao Er has entered the best university in China. It seems that he has done a lot of things in Qingbeiguan Mountain. To think that she would be directly recruited by Qingbei University. In my previous life Lao Er was such a great girl. He's so good to me, I have to meet him ASAP, Shuhan thinks. I haven't told my name before, you can call me Shuhan.
In the future I will enter Qingbei University, then I will tell you everything. Suddenly two people came over to Lauer. She immediately said to Shuhan, "Fine, I'll wait for you," and then hung up on her. The old man who approached Lauer said, "You finally accepted my offer to come to Qingbei University."
"Then let me help me carry the suitcase," said the old man.
Lauer told the old man, "The chairman doesn't need to bother, let me carry the suitcase myself." The old man laughed and said, "I am Hua Yunsheng, the first time I have met a girl like you.
This is my form of thanks for accepting the invitation to enter Qingbei University.
You being a student here alone makes me happy. I don't know how many people will envy me later." When Chief Hua left, his men talked about Chief Hua.
What happened to Chairman Hua?
Chairman overestimated the new student.
Yes, the chairman has never been this happy before either. Is that girl the chairman's illegitimate child? No way, Chairman Hua is too old for that.
But that's the only reason that makes sense why the chairman is so kind to him. At the Lu family residence, Lu Yunji was seen standing at the gate of his house. Is Shuhan still not here? They are all waiting for him.
It could be a problem if Shuhan kept them waiting for too long, said Lu Yunzi. Then came the arrival of Shuhan in his car. Lu Yunzi beckoned him to come quickly. "Shuhan, my father and uncle are already inside. How are you going to explain?"
"Don't make a mistake, or father will punish me," Lu Yunzi said worriedly.
"Calm down, class leader, I have my own way.
I told you I'd just give you a present."
Seen in the Lu family room, Lu Yunji's uncle and father have gathered.
They were thinking, what exactly did Zhu Yunji mean to bring this child here? Did Jinju want to make this child work for your family, they thought. Then Lu Yunji introduced Shuhan to his uncle and father.
But suddenly immediately frankly submit a request.
"My friend was caught by the Xuanwu organization, and I need a refining master from the Lu family to help me save him," Shuhan said.
Lu Yunzi was irritated, he didn't even say hello and went straight to his goal.
Lu Yunji's uncle spoke, "Our Shuhan is willing to make time for you just because you're Lu Yunji's classmate and you helped him out at Jingxi Canyon. But instead, you asked us to save your friend from Xuanwu organization."
"Isn't your request reckless?" said Uncle Lu Yunji.
The head of the Lu family then spoke up, "I heard that you rejected the offer from the Xuanwu organization."
The Xuanwu organization not only controlled a few powerful cultivators, it was said that they also had connections with very powerful masters in Nano City. "Our Lu family and Xuanwu organization are fundamentally at odds if you'll give me a hand. Then the battle is definitely unavoidable.
Even if we manage to win the battle, our Lu family will suffer a lot of losses. Besides, you asked the refining master to help you.
Do you know what a refining master is?"
The existence of a refining master is very rare, especially in our Lu family. Even in Nandao City, there are very few refinement masters, the head of the Lu family said.
Shuhan said that he knew that your family would feel wronged.
But I can assure you that saving the theme requires a refining master. As far as I know, the best refining master in Nandao City is in your family. Uncle Yunji is angry. Bullshit. Since when did your family have a refining realm master?
You are an outsider, what do you know about us? If we had a refining master, would we be pressured by the Xuanwu organization for years? If anything, we would have destroyed the Xuanwu organization a long time ago, said Uncle Yunji.
Yunji added that Shuhan, you don't talk nonsense, I have never heard of the family having a purification master. Yes or no, try to ask the head of your family for more details. The head of the Lu family is curious about Shuhan, who exactly is this child?
The two Yunji uncles asked the head of the Lu family, Jeju, if what Shuhan said was true. Yes, is he just talking nonsense? He wasn't talking nonsense, it was true that your family had a refining realm master. Everyone was shocked by what the family head said. That's impossible, is it true that we have a refining master?
Even though your family is a big family in Nandao City doesn't mean we have a refining master.
I haven't heard of this at all. Is it possible that he isn't actually from your family? Said Uncle Yunji.
Then the head of the Lu family said that this refining realm master was the first generation of the Lu family, Lu Zhaofeng.
Everyone was shocked by the family head's words. What? Is grandfather still alive?
If that's true, that means he's already 150 years old.
If grandpa is still alive, how come we never saw him?
Said your family members were so shocked.
Lu's family head then explained that long before the aura awakening occurred on Earth,
when there were very few cultivators, Elder Lu Zhaofeng had already cultivated his extraordinary talent. He was considered a genius back then, being able to become a refiner realm master. At that time suddenly an enemy came to attack him and caused him to get seriously injured. Not only that, his cultivation also decreased. It wasn't until after several tens of years that Elder Lu Zhaofeng managed to recover his cultivation. But it's still too difficult to return to the realm of a refining master.
I'm actually really curious as to why you know about this.
But I have something to tell you. Your family doesn't really have a refiner realm master, said the head of your family.
Then Shuhan says, no, you have it. Previously I had told the class president that I wanted to give him a gift to your family.
This gift can allow Lu Zhaofeng to regain his cultivation to the refinement stage, said Xian.
Really? Can you restore his cultivation to the way it was before? It seems that it is impossible. Even after tens of years, the elder can't restore his cultivation to the way it was before. You were still so young. How can you do such a thing?
Because I was too happy, that's why I took your words seriously earlier.
Lu Jiazhu, you don't believe me. You just need to take me to meet Lu Zhaofeng. Shuhan said. But Lu Yunji's uncle is emotional. Kid, you have to realize your position. Who do you think you are? Want to meet Elder Lu Zhaofeng?
The elder was once a refiner realm master, and that was an extremely rare existence.
Do you want to interfere with his cultivation recovery? Said Uncle Lu Yunji. Shuhan didn't give up. He coaxed them and said, just imagine.
Once I restore her cultivation, your family will have a refining realm master again. At that time the Lu family will be the most powerful in Nandao City. Besides that, I'm very sure, the medicine I have can cure it, said Shuhan.
Drug? What medicine exactly do you have? What drug can treat various diseases? Said the head of the family Lu, curious. Shuhan answered him, you could say so.
Then the head of the Lu family asked Shuhan to come with him to take him to the elder's place. While walking, the patriarch of the Lu family thought about what his elders had said. That I was previously told not to disturb Elder Lu Zhaofeng, but if this kid has a legend-grade medicine, it might be able to help him. Actually, I don't really expect much. I hope this will have a good impact on your family. They arrived before the elders of the Lu family, then were ordered to stop by the elders because they were interfering with their cultivation.
Stop, have you forgotten what I said? No one can bully me. You better get out now.
Then the family spoke, Grandfather, hold your anger, we have important information to convey.
I'll give you 3 minutes, hurry up. Your family elder said.
Then they told the elders of your family, sorry for disturbing the elders, that's why I brought them in.
Said the head of your family. Then the Lu family elder said to Shuhan, young man, you said that you have medicine that can help me, can you show it to me?
Already then replied that those medicinal pills weren't on him.
The Lu family was angry. He said that Shuhan dared to lie to him. Do you know what the consequences will be for playing with me? Said the elder full of emotion.
Then Lu Yunji came forward and persuaded his great-grandfather to calm down first. His great-grandfather calmed down. Shuhan didn't mean to lie to you, please let him explain it to you through to the end.
Lu Yunzi thought, what are you doing, Shuhan? If you really lied to the elder, I'm afraid I can't help you anymore, Lu Yunji thought. Lu family's elders adore you, Yunji. Are you from your family? It seems my descendant has quite a proud ability.
Then Elder Lu gave Shuhan a chance to explain. Young man, I will give you a chance, quickly explain what you mean.
Without further adu, Xu Han immediately took out his medicine-making tool. Xu Han says that he doesn't have the medicine, but he can make one. The elder of the Lu family was shocked. He said, "Is this the legendary Dang Ding technique? It is said that it has been thousands of years, and no one has ever seen this technique. To think that in this world there are people who would use this technique." "The young man, may I know who is your teacher?" said Elder Lu.
Elder Lu thinks this kid at such a young age already has such great understanding. His teacher is definitely not just anyone.
He also definitely wasn't from an ordinary family.
Elder Lu thought happily.
"Do you believe me now? I don't have much time. I asked the elders of your family to immediately gather the ingredients needed to immediately make the medicine," Xu Han said to Elder Lu.
Without waiting for a long time, Xu Han immediately made the medicine.
Lu Yunji, who saw Xu Han from afar, started to think about Xu Han. "Xu Han, who are you really? How many secrets are you hiding?
Before we were just classmates, but I don't know since when did I start to be curious about you,"
Lu Yunji thought.
Xu Han then made medicine, where the ingredients had been prepared by the Lu family.
Xu Han thought your family really had the capacity of a big family. In such a short time they managed to gather all the materials I needed. This material even consisted of plant materials which were quite rare. This drug is different from most drugs. Yaodan is a general term for healing class drugs.
Making the medicine that Lu Xiaofeng needed was no easy feat apart from the need for rare materials. This also requires a special technique in its manufacture. The most important thing in this technique is the fire used in making medicine.
Luckily it's on me, though I'm still too weak to control it. But with my current strength, it's enough. An example is Nanming, one of the 9 pure flames I'm currently using.
My Nanming fire continues to burn until the user turns it off. In the manufacture of divine medicine, these flames are a great choice to use,"
thought Xu Han, remembering the process of making medicine with his technique. Lu Yunji, who was beside him, felt hot. "The aura from these flames is very strong," said Lu Yunji.
Lu Yunzi thought that he had to protect himself, as it would be dangerous to get hit by those flames. Exactly what kind of fire did Xu Han use? Even my armor could barely withstand the heat.
Xu Han, who was still refining, thought that the Nanming fire was far weaker than the other fires.
But to make this medicine, using Nanming's fire was enough. I also only took out a bit of Nanming fire to make this medicine.
If I let out all these Nanming fires, I am afraid that the entire Nandao city will be burned too, Xu Han thought.
But soon the medicine that was refined by Zhua Han was finished. This time I'm not only making medicine for Lu Xiaofeng. With the remaining materials, I can make 3 Peiwan pills Dan. This kind of medicine can help improve basic refinement. Although I don't need to use this medicine, I can give it to others or sell it to make money. After all this is over, I will go to Qingbei University, and I will also see my parents. Then give these Paiyundan pills to them. In the living room of your family, you can see the pill that has been refined by Xu Han given to the elders of your family. This medicine has been completed. Elder, please try it. The elder accepted the medicine. He said, "Of course, this is the healing medicine I need. To think I'll recover soon." Elder Luo then ate the pill that Xu Han had concocted. Not long after that, a strong energy fluctuation appeared from Elder Lu's body.
Ha ha, this is really great.
I haven't felt power like this in a long time. Ha ha ha, I Lu Xiaofeng have regained my strength, Lu Xiaofeng said excitedly.
The people around Lu Xiaofeng were affected by his powers.
They were surprised that Elder Lu had regained his strength.
Extremely strong spiritual power. The strength of the elder greatly increased greatly, Uncle Lu Yunji said. Lu Yunji, who was around him, was also affected too. The medicine that Xu Han gave really worked. Finally Elder Lu managed to restore his realm of power. Congratulations on your healing, elders, said your family members.
Ha ha ha, this is all thanks to Sun Xu Han. He is a talented young genius. We must thank him.
To think that you have this ability, you will definitely have a bright future. Elder Lu said to Xu Han. Xu Han told Elder Lu that now his recovery is about 89%. After this, I will slowly make some medicine for you. Rest assured your strength will return full. Elder Lu said, at this rate I will not hesitate to help you. Elder Lu then ordered the rest of your family to provide information. Inform your whole family, we will help Xu Han to save his friend from Xuanwu organization. Well said, the head of your family. At Jingxi Canyon, members of the Xuanwu organization have gathered to prepare to attack Xu Han. It was seen that the Bull King was talking with Kangshi, the leader of the Xuanwu organization. Is that kid really coming? Liang Shu didn't seem too familiar with him. After all, is he going to tell Zhou Xian Niu information? Said the Bull King to Kuang Shi. Don't worry, judging from his attitude at school, he will definitely come. This kid is very arrogant and confident in his strength, said the Kuang Shi. Talking about his strength, I fought him the last time I met him. When I exchanged blows with him I was very surprised. It turns out that he has quite terrible physical strength. And you said he's still hiding his true strength, has he already broken through realm and chi? Said the Bull King. Kuang Shi responded, that's impossible. It's obvious he only started cultivating after there was restoration of the aura on Earth. Even a genius in a country would not break through realm and chi in a short amount of time. He must have consumed a rare holy fruit which gave him much stronger physical strength compared to the average cultivator. However, even if he has already broken through realm and chi, don't forget, our Quanwu organization still possesses strength that cannot be underestimated. Xu Han will not be able to run away today. Said Kuang Shi. The god of war joined in on the conversation between the two of them. After asking Zhou Xian Miao's information, what shall we do to Liang Shu? I heard that the Liang family is a rich family that is quite famous in Nandao City. Shall we just let it go? Said the god of war. Release him, haha, I'll take him hostage and not kill him, just to lure Xu Han here. And then threatened him so that he would give information regarding Zhou Xian Miao. Liang Shu and Xu Han, I don't care which family they come from. In order to prevent Zhou Xian Miao's information from leaking out. Of course we have to get rid of it. Kuang Shi said, telling Silver Wing. Look there, the kid really came. Said the Silver Wings. Finally you have come. Xu Han, we don't need to talk anymore. Can you tell me about Zhou Xian Miao now? Kuang Shi said impatiently. But Xu Han asks where his friend is first. What about Liang Shu? Let me see it first. If he's okay, maybe I'll give him the information. The word Xu Han confirms to the Kuang Shi. Then Xu Han ordered his men to bring Liang Shu to Xu Han. You can see Liang Shu being tied up and being held by Liang Shu's men. Liang Shu screamed, talking to Xu Han, Brother Xu Han, I knew you would come. Don't mind me, you better run now. They can't be trusted. Without Babibu anymore, the Bull King immediately kicked him in front of Xu Han. If you run, you'll never see this boy again. Said the Bull King. Xu Han says, Liang Shu, don't worry, you will be fine. So, what are you waiting for? Said the Kuang Shi by taking out his sword. And threw it towards Liang Shu and stabbed his leg. With a feeling of pain, Liang Shu said that this old man will kill you after you say so. Don't blame me if anything happens to Liang Shu, so hurry up and tell me information about Zhou Xian Miao, or else you'll see me torturing Liang Shu right in front of you. Kuang Shi said, threatening Xu Han. The thing that Xu Han was waiting for arrived. He ordered the whole Lu family to come out and help him. You can see the power overflowing out and encircling the surroundings, and the elders of your family are coming out. Someone saw it, someone came over. The old man had a very strong aura. With swift movements, Elder Lu was in front of Liang Shu and saved him. Calm down, I have come to save you, Elder Lu told Liang Shu. Impressively enough, the Lu family master was able to save him so quickly, said Xu Han. All members of your family immediately move. Come on, let's follow the elders. Don't let Xu Han and Elder face them alone.
Now that you are surrounded, surrender quickly if you wish to live, all members of your family ordered.
Guang Shi was taken aback by the arrival of the Lu family.
Why all of you are from your family? Guang Shi said, so surprised.
He thought, what happened? How can Xu Han get this much help? How did Xu Han ask for help from the Lu family? Then who was the person who saved Liang Shu? The old man's strength, probably already at the Xiantian refinement level, why would he want to follow the directions of Xu Han? Xu Han thought confusedly.
I, Lu Xiaofeng, will help Xu Han to the best of my ability.
Say your elder.
This old man is so strong, he can help Liangshu very quickly. Moreover, his cultivation is almost the same as Xin Tianzhao.
Since when did your family have a master like him? Thought Guang Shi. Has your family gone mad?
What's the reason for you guys to send your people to deal with my Xuanwu organization? Are you doing this just to help Qin Xin, whose cultivation is no more than the peak foundation stage? You guys better think about your actions again, otherwise the Xuanwu organization won't stay quiet.
Guang Shi said frankly to your family. You don't deserve to talk like that. Even in my life no one has ever dared to bully me like this. Today I will destroy the Xuanwu organization. Elder Lu said, threatening back the Xuanwu organization. But suddenly people appeared on top of the cliff. He says to your family, it turns out that someone dares to say such things. Do you want to die? Said the elder of the Xuanwu organization, Lord Xin Tianzhao, who appeared before them. Guang Shi and his entourage were so happy, it was great.
Finally, teacher has arrived. We don't need to be afraid of your family.
Precisely, we can destroy it, said Guang Shi confidently.
But Elder Lu immediately answered Xian Tianzhao's challenge, try it if you can kill me.
I will beat you myself. How dare you threaten me? Today you will die.
The elder said that you immediately attacked the Guang Shi master on the cliff.
And there was a fight between the two.
Seeing Liangshu immediately hugged Xu Han, he was so happy because he was saved by Xu Han. Brother Su, you are truly my best friend.
Liangshu said. What are you doing? Get out of the way. Xu Han shouted at Liangshu for pissing him off so much. Then Xu Han calmed Liangshu. Don't worry, let's solve this problem first. The people I hate the most in this world are people who hurt the people around me. In my previous life, there were many people around me that I couldn't save. I really regret that. This time, I won't let that happen. I will never forgive anyone who hurt my family and friends.
Guang Shi, you were the one who started all of this.
Xu Han said, directly hitting Guang Shi, full of emotion.
On the other hand, Lu Yunji and his troops were also preparing to attack. He then gave instructions. Now it's time for your family to pay back what you've done for years. Follow me, we attack them. Lu Yunji said, giving orders to his troops. It can be seen that your family members are so hot to defeat the Xuanwu organization. Let's kill them. It is time for your family to rise up, attack.
Said your family members. Guang Shi is annoyed with the Lu family. He has killed the elite soldiers of the Xuanwu organization. Damn, how dare you kill the Xuanwu elite troops? They have all been killed. Xu Han, you have to pay for it. Guang Shi said to Xu Han. Xu Han didn't accept it. He said that, you don't deserve to say that, it's you who have hurt my friends.
Guang Shi was getting annoyed with Xu Han. He pulled out the power of his armor. You talk too much. This full strength of mine is on par with the Jidun layer.
In my eyes you are like an insect, unfit to be my opponent. I will break all your bones. Guang Shi said to Xu Han. But Xu Han took it casually, try it if you can. Xu Han said to Guang Shi. Finally they do battle by punching each other.
Aren't you afraid of my attacks? Guang Shi said to Xu Han.
Xu Han and Guang Shi's punches were both strong enough to push the two of them against each other.
You're crazy, you'd rather collide with me than dodge, said Guang Shi.
Xu Han is buried in the rock ruins. Looks Liangshu worry about Xu Han. Guang Shi was seen enduring the pain of being hit by Xu Han's punch and his armor was torn. Guang Shi taunts Xu Han. He says that Xu Han is stupid.
You idiot, my body has been modified with the technology of the Xuanwu organization. Even with this I can withstand the attacks of someone at the Jidan layer.
You think you can beat me? Quanshi said confidently. But Quanshi's confidence was dashed. Suddenly Xu Han appeared from the rubble of the rock. Is this your only ability? It turns out you are weak, said Xu Han. Quanshi was so shocked. Impossible, why didn't you die after being hit by my attack? Quanshi said curiously. You can try again if you want.
Without further ado, Song Xuhan immediately attacked Quanshi.
Quanshi finally hit Xu Han's stomach. Don't be arrogant, said Quanshi.
What, again you do not dodge my attacks? I don't care if my arm gets crushed when I hit you. This time it must be dead, Quanshi said. It can be seen that the effect of the Quanshi attack made Xu Han thrown away, but Xu Han was still able to withstand the effect of the attack.
Your strength is still too weak. You think my body can break with such a weak blow, said Xu Han along with carrying out an attack on the Quanshi. So you want to pit your body's strength with me, you die, said Quanshi. Simultaneously with a fistfight between the two. I didn't expect that I had trouble killing you, this time you will definitely die. This all has drained all the energy of my body. There was no way he could withstand my punches multiple times. Quanshi said with confidence, with his weak body, because he had expended all the energy in his body. But the reality is different, Quanshi, let us do it again. We'll see who dies in the end, said Xu Han confidently. He was still standing with various attacks from Quanshi. Quanshi was so frustrated. God, why are you still not dead yet? I really am invincible? Why is this happening? Said the Quanshi with despair. On the other hand, the battle of the Lu family elder and the Quanshi master ended too. Both attacks were seen. Xian Tianzhou, you can rest in peace now. All this was over, Xian Tianzhou was killed. Anyone who fights him will end up like him, said Elder Lu, with a victorious smile. On the other hand, Lu Yunji was fighting the Silver Wing Dan Bull King. Silver Wing gave up, and now the Xuanwu organization is hopeless. Why are you still doing this, said Lu Yunji. Miss Lu, I give up, after all, I haven't joined the Xuanwu organization for long. Yes, we surrender, if allowed we are willing to join your family, said the Bull King and Silver Wing to Lu Yunji. It can be seen that the subordinates who are members of the Xuanwu organization have all surrendered. I know you guys only take orders, as long as you don't make a mess, my Lu family will have nothing to do with you. You're Yunji. On the other hand, Xu Han and Elder Lu stood before Quanshi. Xu Han, I admit defeat. But you can't kill me, my son is one of the students in Shushan. Actually, I don't have talent in cultivation, that's why my son suggested me to join Xuanwu organization. So that I can do some modifications to my body. Have you ever heard of Shushan Sword School before? The school is a place of people who are beyond your imagination. If you kill me, something will definitely happen to your family and friends. Everyone you come into contact with will be in trouble, said the Quanshi explaining as well as threatening Xu Han. Your family members were shocked. Shushan Sword School, is Quangshi's son really going to school there? It will be difficult if we deal with the Shushan Sword School. Let him live, we can't deal with the Shushan Sword School, said the members of the Lu family. Elder Lu suggests the same to Xu Han. Boy Xu Han, the Shushan Sword School has existed for thousands of years, they sure do have great people. They were many times stronger than cultivators who were already in the master realm. You'd better be careful in taking action. Your family elder said. As you already know, your family is nothing compared to Shushan Sword School. If you let me go, I won't, said the Quanshi. But Xu Han immediately slashed Quanshi's arm until it was cut. I already said that I hate people who threaten the people closest to me. You still don't understand. The Shushan Sword School you said, is just dust to me, I don't care that you have any relation with them.
If your son causes trouble with the people closest to me, he will confront me.
Shu Han said with mixed feelings towards Quan Shi. Quan Shi screamed in pain, because his hand was cut off by Shu Han until it was severed.
Elder Lu thinks about how this kid has such high self-confidence.
Is he not afraid of the Shushan school of swords? Is it possible that he has a big secret that I could never imagine?
Shu Han, my son is so strong, he really won't let you go.
Shushan school won't spare you either.
They will kill you for sure. You will die very horribly. Of course, your family and the people closest to you will be involved. Quan Shi said. But Shu Han was getting annoyed with Quan Shi, so he immediately cut off Quan Shi's hand again. How dare he threaten me, I who was reborn, surely I won't do the same mistake, thought Shu Han.
You, what are you doing? If you kill me, you and your family will also die.
No, we just make peace, I promise I will not touch you at all.
How?
Quan Shi said, scared. It's too late for you to beg for mercy, you shouldn't hurt my friend, said Shu Han, directly stabbing Quan Shi with his sword.
Everyone was shocked by Shu Han's actions.
Quan Shi's son was a student at Shushan Sword School. Shu Han didn't care about it at all, and killed him directly. Once we cause trouble with the Shushan school, we will also be involved.
Your family elder said. Liangshu, who saw Shu Han's actions, was very surprised, because he dared to kill Quan Shi.
But Liangshu exalts Shu Han so much, he learns a lot from Shu Han today. Then Shu Han took the crystal inside Quan Shi's body.
The Xuanwu organization really had it, they infused the 5 elements crystal into Quan Shi's body as its energy source.
It seems that Quan Shi's son can't be underestimated, he knows how to use this 5 elements crystal. But most importantly, I have got this crystal stone.
I don't care whose son it is.
If he dares to mess with me, I won't stay silent. With this already 3 crystal stones, 2 more crystal stones remaining, after that form a perfect foundation, said Shu Han.
Then Elder Lu spoke to Shu Han, Boy Su, it's thanks to you that you can settle the dispute between Lu and the Xuanwu organization that has been going on for years. If you have any more requests, you may say so, said Elder Lu.
No, there's no need.
After all, you have helped me too.
You don't need to be indebted to me, now I have something to do, I have to go, said Shu Han, leaving the battle location. Looking at the family that's left behind, that kid really isn't afraid of anything, said Lu Yunji's uncle.
Shu Han is such a person, grandfather and uncle, please understand, said Lu Yunji.
Then Elder Lu ordered the members of the Lu family to clean up Quan Shi's corpse
and bury it properly.
Then your elder thought about Shu Han, there is something strange about that child, I have to find out his origin, your elder thought.
3 days later at Shu Han's school, many people are talking about him.
It's Shu Han, I heard Long Ling Tian is looking for him, if I were him I would find a hiding place, said his friend who was in the same school as Shu Han. You can see that Shu Han is walking with Liangshu, behind Liangshu there are guards guarding him.
Shu Han started talking to Shu Han, Sisu, I didn't think we were in the same school. Sorry Sisu, I didn't know you also went to school here, I rarely attend school,
Liangshu said, confessing to Shu Han. Shu Han, who was beside him, looked troubled.
Then Shu Han told Liangshu to go back to his class. Liangshu, shouldn't you be in your class, why do you keep following me? Looks like Shu Han shooed him away. But Liangshu still insisted on coming with Shu Han. Brother Su, you are my role model, I will ask my father to transfer to the same class as you.
From now on I will continue to follow you, Liangshu said excitedly.
What about your bodyguards? Shu Han chimed in with Liangshu.
Liangshu told them that they were orders from his father.
They are all my father's orders, since yesterday's kidnapping my father ordered them to continue to escort me. I treat all of you, Brother Su, as if I were my own brother.
From now on he is also your boss, from now on if you meet Brother Su, you must respect him.
As you met me, said Liangshu, giving instructions to his bodyguards.
Then all the Liangshu guards greeted Shu Han.
Seen at the Feng family residence, the father and son are talking about the Lu family and the Xuanwu organization.
Father, did you hear that? The Lu family not only helped Shuhan, they also destroyed the Xuanwu organization.
Now everyone in Nandao City is talking about it.
Feng Zheng told his father.
Feng Zheng's father also talked about your family.
I heard that the elder of your family is starting to show up, Lu Xiaofeng, former genius cultivator.
Until it destroys the Xuanwu organization, one way or another, I think his cultivation has recovered. Feng Zhengyan is still annoyed with Shuhan, and predicts that it was Shuhan's doing.
Father, could it be Shuhan's doing?
This is unbelievable, said Feng Zheng.
His father, who was also still upset because Shuhan took his stick, still didn't accept it.
After all, the Feng family scepter is still in his hands, we can't just let it go.
You don't need to worry, we just need to get Shuhan out of the school area. Even the Long family is also looking for him, he can't continue to take refuge in the Lu family. After all, the Long family is not to be trifled with, said Feng Zheng's father, plotting his intention to kill Shuhan. Feng Zheng tells his father that he can arrange for Shuhan to drop out of school. But before that, his Feng Zhen father asked him to increase his cultivation to break through the foundation stage. According to his father, it would be of great use to him for the martial exam.
Feng Zheng had also heard about the martial examination, but did he think that the martial exam was really that important?
Then will the children of the other major families follow him? Feng Zheng asked his father. Of course, his father said, because the Huaxia school is not a place that ordinary people can enter.
For example, Qingbei and Taijing are two very famous schools.
If you can get into one of the top 7 schools, your strength in the future will definitely increase a lot.
The current Shuhan will become an insect you can step on.
Finally, Feng Zheng was so excited to hear the story from his father.
He would immediately prepare himself to increase his cultivation.
And one day, he thought he would trample on Shuhan like a bug.
Then Feng Zheng's father told him to cultivate immediately.
For Shuhan problems, his own father would solve them. You may use all the resources of the Feng family, his father ordered Feng Zhen. Shine moves to our main character Shuhan, who is in his classroom with Liangshu, who is opening the entrance to his classroom. There were a lot of people in the class. It was seen that Lu Yunji was already sitting on her class bench. There had already gathered a lot of people with him. There were disciples praising him, he congratulated Lu Yunji. Where this time, the Lu family managed to destroy the Xuanwu organization. As well as praising the Lu family, that they are the strongest family in Nandao City. His classmates proudly said that with leader Lu present, no one would dare to mess with us in the future. Unexpectedly, the main character suddenly walked away without reprimanding Lu Yunji. His classmate who was under Lu Yunji didn't accept it. He said that Shuhan was completely disrespectful to Lu Yunji. He tells Shuhan that Miss Lu helped Shuhan save his friend from the Xuanwu organization. But you just walked past without even greeting, don't you know how to say thank you, said member Lu Yunji filled with emotion. But Liangshu and Shuhan left him. Liangshu was lazy to deal with him, and Shuhan asked him to just ignore him. Because she was too emotional, the woman released her strength. He found Shuhan to be too arrogant, so he planned to beat him up. But suddenly behind him the door to the classroom was kicked by someone. The person screamed for Shuhan.
Shuhan, where are you? Come out quickly, the heat gave orders to Shuhan.
It turned out to be Long Tianan, from the Long family.
Looks like he transferred to Shuhan's school just to get revenge on Shuhan's father.
People think Shuhan will really be in trouble, and school won't be safe for him anymore. Long Yashan is seen standing in front of Shuhan. He says that Shuhan will no longer be able to hide from him. He said that he changed schools on purpose just to get revenge on Shuhan. Then he challenged Shuhan to fight with him. But Liangshu and Shuhan saw Long Lingtian as a fool and an idiot.
Shuhan thought that he had no time to deal with an idiot like him. Long Yashan was getting more and more irritated. How dare Shuhan and Liangshu insult him?
But suddenly Liang Shu shouted, "Teacher Li Kaishan, there is someone who wants to kill in the school."
Long Ling Tian is getting more and more annoyed. He is threatening Liang Shu. "What are you doing? Are you trying to kill me too, you bastard? Are you the one in the newspapers?" Long Ling Tian said. Liang Shu proudly said yes, it was him, and introduced himself as Liang Shu. With enthusiasm, Long Ling Tian will remember Liang Shu's name.
But Liang Shu said, "It's useless for you to remember my name. Do you know who my brother is?" said Liang Shu excitedly. But Long Ling Tian, proud that he didn't care who Liang Shu's older brother was, it was obvious in front of him that no one would survive.
Then Liang Shu pointed at Shu Han. "Aha, he is his brother. And he can easily beat him."
Long Ling Tian is getting hotter, no need for further pleasantries, you can go now, I will destroy you both, said Long Ling Tian confidently. Then Liang Shu laughed, pointing at Shu Han, "Have a look, he doesn't even look at you."
Everyone in the class laughed and thought Long Ling Tian was like an idiot.
Because he was getting annoyed, Long Ling Tian got emotional and smashed the bench in front of him. "Do you dare to make fun of me?" he said with burning emotion.
Shu Han then curts Liang Shu. "I never taught you to humiliate someone like that," Shu Han advises Liang Shu. Long Ling Tian then got angry at Shu Han. "Are you just going to be quiet like a turtle here? Don't you want to fight me?" Shu Han was getting annoyed. He reprimanded Long Ling Tian. "Stop it, you really have no shame." But not long after, Teacher Li Kaisan came. "Don't you know it's already class time? Quickly return to your seats," Teacher Li ordered.
It turns out that Li Kaisan really came, thought Long Ling Tian. "Shu Han, you are in luck, just wait for Long Ling Tian to say."
Then Teacher Li asked who broke the door.
Teacher Li asked his students. Shu Han and Liang Shu immediately pointed at Long Ling Tian.
Long Ling Tian, irritated with the two of them. Master Li ordered Long Ling Tian to immediately reimburse the damage fee.
Dan must pay it now, or he stands in front of the class. Long Ling Tian is annoyed with Teacher Li. "I will compensate for the damage." "But why should I stand up?" Long Ling Tian asked Master Li. Without Babibu anymore, Guru Li immediately used his fiery fist toward Long Ling Tian.
The bench that Long Ling Tian was sitting on was destroyed by Teacher Li's attack.
Master Li said that he is the teacher here, now you should also change this table. Long Ling Tian was starting to get scared because of Teacher Li's actions. Finally, he followed Teacher Li's order.
Long Ling Tian realized what his family ordered him to do.
He was warned not to provoke him. "I didn't expect Li Kaishan to be this strong. I can't face it," Long Ling Tian thought. Then Teacher Li conveyed a message to his students. "Everyone has important things I want to convey, this will affect the lives of all of you."
Teacher said Li started to convey his message. See, Liang Shu said innately indifferent, "What news is that? Is it that important?" Shu Han thought that as he remembered, Li Kaishan would announce about the martial arts exam. Not everyone can qualify for the martial arts exam.
Ever since aura recovery occurred, the government set martial arts as a priority. This was aimed at obtaining strong cultivators for generations to come, Shu Han thought. Li Kaishan continued to relay the information. Everyone knew that the aura on Earth had recovered, and the current environment was very suitable for spiritual practice. Thus, our Huaxia government kept up with the times and established a large number of martial arts schools. Among them, based on resources and masters, divided into 2 prestigious schools and 7 first-ranked martial schools. These 9 were the main national military schools, and each province would open several martial arts schools according to their conditions. In short, martial arts are urgently needed and an unprecedented era has arrived. And you are the front line right now, and I hope that everyone will not miss this opportunity. In fact, many martial arts schools at this time have started to recruit children from Xiuxian schools and Xiuxian families. At that time, however, the Earth had no aura and only the Xiuxian sect and Xiuxian family had the resources to support their generations of cultivation. The road to progress is a stage for the strong, within 5 months. I hope that you will take the opportunity to try to break through and improve your cultivation and compete for good results in the martial exams, creating legends in this battle,"
said Li Kaishan, telling his students. All students welcomed him enthusiastically.
They heard, the country provides resources after passing the martial arts test and you can earn living expenses. There were also those who felt insecure about the exam, and there were also those who felt that their strength had not yet awakened, so they did not know how to participate. Said some of the students who had listened to the information from Teacher Li. Suddenly Long Lingtian stood up and said all the students in his class were trash. And don't expect to be accepted into a martial arts school, it's just a dream.
Then Teacher Li asked if any of the students would ask.
There are some students who ask, that is, regarding the power that has just descended, whether it is possible to take martial arts. Master Li said, of course, it can be compared with novices who have advanced levels and have more advantages. Although cultivators have two paths, their aim is the same, which is to become strong, said Li Kaishan. Then there were those who asked about the main assessment in the martial exam. What strength can be obtained to pass the martial exam?
Suddenly Long Lingtian snatched the words of a student who asked his teacher. He replied that, you underestimate your skills so much, and you want to take the martial exam? This exam is divided into two, cultivation assessment and test assessment. Let's put it this way, this exam was based on last year's aura awakening. And the lowest criterion is for Wu University.
There was no need to mention the two prestigious schools and the 7 first-ranked martial schools. This year, in order to achieve world change, the minimum admission standard must be increased. You can't cultivate because you don't have the resources, and you still want to take the martial exam, then it's just a dream, said Long Lingtian.
Some people are confused by the explanation explained by Long Lingtian. What does Zhuji Zupin mean? I don't understand.
Listening to Long Lingtian's explanation, it seems difficult to enter the martial arts exam, said several students. Then teacher intervened and explained that cultivation is divided into Zhuji, Jiupin, and Lai Shan, and many more. And when the first imperial period ended, the score of this exam was different for everyone. Because they have to match someone's qualifications. From grades 1 to 9, 9 is the best. But 9s are extremely rare and most people can only earn one in their lifetime. Generally, the qualifications will be good even if they are above rank 3. Even if it is genius to reach Zhendanjian and to Jiupin and above. Forget that, the most important thing is to remember the level of Zhuji and Jiupin. Outside the classroom, Liang Shu was seen whispering something to Shuhan. He told Shuhan to follow him. Because he had something he wanted to say. What was wrong? Was this important? Said Shuhan, asking Liang Shu. But he immediately forced Shuhan to just follow him.
Because he would know when Liang Shu said to Shuhan. Behind the school villa area, Liang Su and Shuhan were standing in front of a magnificent villa.
He told me that this was one of several villas in the school. To thank Brother Su for saving me at that time. My father gave this to you as a thank you, Brother Su, said Liang Shu to Shuhan. Brother Su will definitely take the martial arts exam. You will definitely be calm if you practice martial arts here, said Liang Shu. Shuhan said that he really needed a place to practice, then he would not hesitate to take the villa given by Liang Shu. So the most important thing right now is to increase my strength. Having my own cultivation place can make me more comfortable, Shuhan thought.
3 months later, Shuhan was seen sitting on the bed practicing his cultivation method.
The aura he gave off was so overwhelming. Liang Shu, who was in front of Shuhan, called out to him. Brother Su, my father gave me a lot of fruit in these 3 months. I have built the final foundation by eating these fruits. I bought a lot of fruit. Do you want to eat too? Said Liang Shu, offering his spirit fruit to Shuhan.
Then Shuhan got out of bed to challenge Liang Shu to a match.
Then let's try to test our strength. You and I are both in the late foundation stage.
Let's compete, said Shuhan, inviting Liang Shu.
Liang Shu then told Shuhan proudly that he had fought the Shaman King today and had chased him until his teeth came out. Are we really going to fight? Said Liang Shu proudly.
Don't talk too much, I'll let you make the first move, Shuhan said to Liang Shu.
Without further ado, Liang Shu immediately accepted it and immediately threw a fist at Shu Han.
But unfortunately, the blow that Liang Shu aimed at Shu Han missed and didn't hit Shu Han. Then Shu Han counterattacked Liang Shu, after failing to review Shu Han. Liang Shu was immediately kicked quite hard by Shu Han, because he found the opportunity to knock down Liang Shu. Finally Liang Shu was pushed backwards and fell. Liang Shu then begged Shu Han not to take him too seriously. "I know I am not your opponent, you are too strong." "Not bad. I learned from others and I defeated several people of the same realm." "Why can't I hit you?" Liang Shu said to Shu Han. Shu Han told Liang Shu that you are free to do the exercises. But don't overdo it, focus on building your foundation, Jiedan, Shenxi, and Lianshen. As long as there are a lot of resources, you will definitely break through to a higher level. Generally speaking, some cultivators can easily break through the foundation. However, leaving aside the pursuit of breakthrough in cultivation, cultivators are more concerned with the quality of cultivation. For example, grades 1 to 9 in the basic period and basic rank and 9th rank and 1st rank are not the same. Plus the difference in fighting ability, the greater the quality of the foundation will play an important role in the next realm. You may not understand everything I said. But you have to remember, cultivators don't just pursue the speed of breaking through cultivation levels, but also breaking through with high cultivation, especially in high foundation. It will be difficult to break through later. Unless there is a special opportunity, it will not be difficult to advance further, Shu Han explained to Liang Shu. Brother Su, I understand. I will fix it now, try to improve the foundation for the martial arts exam later. Then Shu Han took out a pill from his pocket, take this sample and then enjoy your practice time. Peiyuandan not only improves your cultivation but can also condense it. This pill will benefit you after breaking through the Shu Han word foundation. Liang Shu was so shocked. Oh my god, Peiyuandan, I've only heard of it and never seen this before. I heard, only talented students from Daemon School receive the pill. This is what Liang Shu said. Don't misunderstand what Shu Han said. I want you to give the pills to Ji Yang and his wife in Jiujiang village in Yunnan province. Tell them this was sent by Shu Han, so they will believe you. I will meet with them after the test of Shu Han's orders to Liang Shu. Don't worry, I will complete the task you gave me, said Liang Shu enthusiastically. Shu Han warned Liang Shu that Jiujiang village. If you want to go there, you have to pass through a waterfall and cannot use a cell phone there. That's why I asked you to help me send this. Be careful when sending it, Shu Han said. In front of the school gate today, so many cultivators came to visit for the martial arts exam selection. There are so many cultivators, why do they come here? It seems like there are still many masters in Qingyun City. What is the 5th strongest person on the list of strongest people, said the student who saw it. Then Lu Yunzi said that this exam was very famous because of the current conditions. Anyone under 30 can register at a local high school to take a martial arts exam. A lot of people signed up this time, Lu Yunji said. Shu Han was seen standing in front of his school field, or his recovery would be complete in a few moments. The government recruited many cultivators to overcome the human crisis caused by the recovery of aura in a short time. Then when the real evil begins, countless cultivators will become victims of Shu Han thought. Suddenly Lu Yunzi said to Shu Han Grandpa really likes you. If you join the Lu family will provide you with all the resources and support to take the martial arts exam. I think that cultivation will have a difficult time for a long time. Do you want to consider it? What do you think? Louise offered to Shu Han. Miss Lu, let me tell you for the second time, I will not join your family. Don't you like me and use your family as an excuse? I have big ambitions right now, and I will not bring personal feelings, said Shu Han explaining Lu Yunzi's offer to him. Lu Yunzi said, don't worry about it. Who cares about you, I like you or not, you know it's not good to talk to you, said Lu Yunzi with a red face. Then someone said, look, there are many people gathered there.
Their misses were Shinsing disciples. Even the sects came down from the mountains to participate in the martial arts examination. With those people, I hope to be accepted into Wuhan University easily. Then Liang Shu told Shuhan, Brother Su, look at the list from the southern island of Qingyun, it has been updated. This time, the changes are very big, said Liang Shu. Shuhan thought that this list had changed a lot. And Suasian schools fill the list the most. Long Lintian and Luyunzi still occupy 2 ranks and further changes are still unknown. Judging from the previous battle, Luyunzi must have strong fighting power. Did he rebuild his foundation when he was the same as my previous life? Or the Lu family used the seeds of the 5 elements to change his body, Shuhan thought. Liang Su said, Brother Su ranked top 10 is at least the peak of basic foundation. I thought I was too fast, I didn't expect other people to be this fast. This surprised Liang Shu said with great sadness. Then Shuhan asked Lu Yunzi. Miss Lu, what exactly are you doing and why didn't you tell me? Lu Yunzi answered Shuhan's question, Shuhan, even if you have good qualifications, you must still rely on aura to cultivate as soon as possible. There are many things you don't know in this world. All you see is a small beginning, there is a wider world out there and you don't have the ability to access it. I hope you remain a good person and don't stray too far from Xiaoxian and the Zongmen family. Lu Yunzi said proudly, then left Shuhan. Is there something I don't know in this world? If I look at Lu Yunzi, he probably relies on the 5 elements fruit to change his body. His goal was to break through the limitations of the foundation and reach the final point, which could be seen from the foundation level of Lu Xiaoxian's family. However, foundations above the earth level, such as the heaven level and the god level, are very difficult for them to achieve, thought Shuhan. Shuhan then told Liang Shu to convey a message, go to Long Ling Tian and tell him. I accepted his challenge, doesn't he want revenge? I'll give it a chance. Long Ling Tian dares to come provoke me, if not taught a lesson, this will go against my principles. Then there will be a big problem occurring which will use up a lot of Shuhan's mental resources. Brother Su, do you really want to fight with Long Ling Tian? Now he is ranked 5th on the list. And currently he was already at the final foundation stage. I heard he is very strong. A few months ago he defeated a lot of people and most of them were in the late elementary stage, Liang Shu said worriedly to Shuhan. Don't worry, just tell him. As long as he agrees to my terms, I will accept his challenge, said Shuhan. This is really fun, he is only at the peak stage and is no match for my strength. I built the strongest foundation, if it wasn't for perfection, I wouldn't improve to this level, thought Shuhan. After giving orders to Liang Shu, Long Ling Tian looked annoyed. What did you say? I challenged him to avenge my brother's death. So why did he ask for 10 million yuan and a rank 1 starflower? As well as 100 spirit fruits and a grade 1 weapon, what kind of stupid condition was this? What do you mean by saying this? Said a Long Lingshan emotionally to Liang Shu. If you don't agree to his conditions, he won't accept your challenge. She never planned to leave school all the time, be it raising birds, planting flowers, and taking care of herself at school, Liang Shu said to Long Ling Tian. This is too difficult, stop, Long Lingshan said. What, have you thought about it? Liang Shu said. Long Ling Tian's subordinate commented to his boss, young Master Long, I really want to teach him a lesson. This Shuhan is really brave. Yes, young Master Long is invincible, said Long Lingjian's 2 men. Then Long Ling Tian told his 2 men to be quiet and collect their things, and send them to Shuhan. Long Ling Tian ordered his 2 men. Shuhan, I'm afraid you will die, just wait. I will kill you, Long Ling Tian thought. With happy smiles, at the villa, Liang Su and Shuhan had gathered. They were happy, because their conditions were fulfilled by Long Ling Tian. This Long Lian is really stupid, he actually delivered the goods here, Liang Shu said with a face full of pleasure. This sword is good, even though it is only D rank, its value can reach tens of millions. This is enough at this stage. Although these spirit fruits were a type of consumable spirit fruit, they could supplement spiritual energy and could also be used later. Plus, this rare starflower grass. Worth at least several 100 million resources.
The Long family still had a lot of money. So we have to dig deeper, said Shuhan.
Big Brother Su is amazing, I have never seen so many spirit fruits.
To fight you, even Long Ling Tian made a bloody sacrifice, Liang Shu said to Shuhan.
Don't rush, this person still has more value.
Wait for the next important event, Shuhan warned Liang Shu. If I remember, Jingxi Dantian will open soon. This is the first heavenly blessing to open in China. In the initial period of Reiki recovery.
Li Kaishan, coming to this high school with a humble attitude, it is certain that his goal is Jingxi Dongtian. The danger of opening Jingxi Dongtian in the initial period of Reiki recovery is relatively small. After Jingxi Dongtian opens, Li Kaishan will organize some students to seek opportunities. This is the reason why the school suddenly recruited a large number of young cultivators from the community.
It is the fundamental goal to train enough strong youths for the country, Shuhan thought. The next day it was time for the training test. Liang Shu stood with Shuhan.
Seeing many who were taking the training test, Liang Shu said, the school wanted to use its students. I don't know how many are already cultivators, there are many people who are still beginners in the foundation stage.
I have to ask my father to give me the spirit fruit, Liang Shu said while watching. You don't need to worry, this will be a very easy test. This period coincided with the arrival of many cultivator disciples. We will finish this exam quickly, let's go to the meeting room, thought Shuhan.
Then Li Kaishan told the test takers to hurry up.
There is something important to announce.
Enter the school meeting room, quickly, Li Kaisan ordered.
Shuhan was seen passing the cultivation test equipment. He walked casually. Written on the test equipment, he was already at the late foundation stage.
This kid has already built a strong foundation for the future. I saw this kid fight in the ring before.
Is it too flashy, or am I lacking practice lately, thinking Li Kaisan?
A few moments later, at school, Li Kaisan announced some information. Everyone probably knows the rumors are spreading in the school. Now the students who can stand here are at least almost at the late foundation stage. You represent the best people in the school who have qualifying practice speed. You are the students who will take the exam to make this school proud. The reason for bringing you all here is to give everyone a chance to train together. After Aura's awakening, it was a coincidence that caves also appeared. You could say, the first cave will appear on the west cliff. There are so many treasures in the cave, if you are lucky, the possibility of breaking through the martial arts exam will increase. This is a complete opportunity, and apart from our students, no one can enter. But I also want to remind everyone, even though the danger is relatively small.
That doesn't mean there is no danger at all, accidental, unavoidable death. So, everyone can be free to choose. For our students will gather tomorrow morning in the school hall, we will go together. Alright, everyone disbands, go back to your respective places and think about this matter. Li Kaishan's order ends today's information. Then Shuhan and Liang Su walked back to the villa.
Liang Su was seen asking about Jingxi Dongtian to Shuhan.
Brother Su, the teacher said he would go to Jingxi Dongtian too, Liang Shu asked Shuhan. Shuhan said, he will go, he will definitely go, he is responsible for the disciples.
Suddenly two people appeared to block Liang Su and Shuhan.
They asked for the spiritual fruit that was in Shuhan Dan Liang Su's hands. Shuhan immediately became annoyed with the two of them.
You idiots, want to rob at school.
Don't you know the rules of this school?
They answered that the rules at this school are no temple. Shuhan wondered, Nyo Temple, have you heard about this? Shuhan said to Liang Shu.
Liang Shu said, it sounded familiar.
You've been training for 3 months, even school has changed a lot.
Many disciples form groups with stronger disciples, of course, the strongest person in this arena is Lu Yunzi.
No one dared to touch him, but this time, the faction members entered the school. It was hard to explain, Liang Shu said. The two people who were blocking Liang Shu and Shuhan were getting increasingly annoyed. Stop your nonsense, quickly hand over the protection fee, and then Niu Temple will protect you. Later, our boss was named Niu Wang, who was at the top of the Qingyun ranking list of the top 50 of the entire South Island.
And there is a stronger force behind it, they both said. Shu Han finally followed what the two of them said. Okay, we have admired Niu Wang for a long time and we have to pay protection fees. But we do not bring the fruit of the spirit. Can you follow me, said Shu Han.
Finally, you understand what I mean, quickly show me the way, they both said.
Not long after, Shu Han managed to get spirit fruit from the two of them. Is this all you brought? Asked Shu Han. Both of them were seen battered and beaten by Shu Han.
Brother, that's all, look where else we can hide something.
We are just small people, in Neo Shrine, we only have 2 spirits. After moving for 2 months, the good stuff is with Boss Niu Wang, said Neo Temple's men.
Forget you guys are too poor, next time remember to bring more spirit fruit. Wait, remember this, don't tell Niu Wang about this matter. I am now at the late foundation stage, he is not my enemy now.
I'm practicing absorbing spirit fruit, if you dare say this to Niu Wang. I won't forgive you. Don't worry. We won't dare say it, said Niu Wang's men.
Liang Su was surprised by Shu Han. Brother Su, what are you playing at?
I don't understand, Liang Shu asked. Shu Han said that to enter Jingxi Dong Tian this time, let your father prepare a lot of spirit fruit. So that you are better prepared, said Shu Han.
Even though there were many opportunities in Dong Tian's Jingxi, there was not the slightest aura.
When cultivators enter, they cannot replenish their ki, and this will continue and decrease until it is exhausted. Especially after a fight, if the team continued to decrease, this would be dangerous. Before entering it, we should prepare more fruit, Shu Han thought.
It can be seen that the two people who were beaten by Shu Han were thinking about something tricky.
I went to rob people, not to be robbed. I didn't think it would turn out like this. This was too embarrassing, listening to her talk.
It seems that he is not the boss's opponent, it turns out that he is afraid of the boss. Let's find the boss and kill him, said Niu Temple's men, planning to kill Shu Han. On the roof of the school, 2 of Niu Wang's subordinates who were beaten by Shu Han were seen standing in front of the Bull King or Niu Wang. They told Niu Wang about the problems that had occurred between Shu Han and them. Niu Wang said, "Have you said my name? Then you were still robbed and beaten," said Niu Wang while emitting fire in his hands.
His men said, "Yes. He is very arrogant and he is still here," he said. "If the boss comes he will rob him too," said Niu Wang's men. Niu Wang said very rudely with emotion, then stood up.
I Niu Wang built strength with money and practiced until the final foundation stage.
Even the silver-winged war god is not stronger than me, let's go. I want to see people who don't respect me. I will kill him with my blow, said Niu Wang excitedly.
In the backyard of the school, Niu Wang and his men gathered. His men showed someone.
That's the boss, he's the one who robbed us, said Niu Wang's men.
Everyone ran and followed the boss, but suddenly Niu Wang stopped in his tracks. Hey, stopped.
Shu Han, why are you here? Asked Niu Wang. Shu Han then asked back, you became great, I heard you built the temple after you surrendered to your family.
Are you starting to get careless already? Shu Han said.
He replied, Shu Han, don't think that you and Miss Lu are classmates, in the same class. I am also from your family and Miss Lu respects me. As an animal, I admit that you were strong before.
But it's not like before, I've already trained to the peak foundation stage and you're still at the end of the foundation. What qualifications do you have to talk to me like that? Said the Bull King.
Shu Han told Niu Wang that he was not familiar with Li Yunzi. Why do you always think I always rely on him as a protector?
It's the woman who likes me and I don't like her, understand, explained Shu Han to Niu Wang.
Bull King gets emotional with Shu Han, how dare you insult Miss Lu? Shu Han, I will kill you today, said the Bull King.
Shu Han threatened the Bull King, he even said he would kill him and steal all his spirit fruit.
Then Niu Wang released his power.
Today, I will show you my strength, said the Bull King, releasing his bull strength. Shu Han said that Niu Wang is among the talented people, but you are still too slow, said Shuhan to Niu Wang. 30 minutes later, this is all, your temple has robbed many people for a month and the result is only this, Shuhan asked Niu Wang.
It's not my fault, robbing is not my job. This is what I got from the results of my hard work. He answered full of sadness, because he was defeated by Shuhan. This is too little, looks like I need a lot more resources.
This should be enough to practice truly advanced cultivation, Shuhan said suddenly.
Not long after, Yunji appeared behind Shuhan. Shuhan, what are you doing here? Lu Yunzi asked. Then the Bull King shouted, Miss Lu. Miss Lu, you are here, help us. Shuhan has already stolen all the spirit fruits.
Not only that, he also said that you like him and always follow him and also that he doesn't like you at all, said Bull King Niuwak to Lu Yunzi. Liang Shu, who was beside Shuhan, said that it was over. He said,
It's embarrassing to say bad things behind someone's back, said Liang Shu.
What's embarrassing? This is the reality. If he didn't follow me, how could he suddenly appear here? It was clear he came looking for me on purpose, Shuhan said frankly.
Lu Yunzi emotional, Shuhan, you are shameless.
Believe it or not, I will tear your mouth apart, said Lu Yunji emotionally with Shuhan.
Shuhan, who was in front of Lu Yunzi, immediately commented that you won't get anything.
Even if you are angry, I suggest that you just concentrate on your cultivation, said Shuhan to Lu Yunzi.
Lu Yunzi immediately attacked Shuhan with his sword.
Lu Yunzi said, his slash was very big and wide.
Shuhan immediately cursed at Lu Yunzi, you are stupid, you won't get a man. If you are like this, said Shuhan, immediately saving Liangshu from Lu Yunzi's attack. Teleportation. No, teleportation is a basic level exercise that cannot be learned before reaching the refining stage.
Even the chairman had difficulty learning it, but why did Shuhan learn it so quickly, thought Lu Yunzi. Then Shuhan planned something, I should go away for these 3 months. I worked hard for nothing, I will cultivate to become a saint body through the special speed training method of flying spirit, then I will go to Xianghe, otherwise Liangshu will be in danger, thought Shuhan.
Liangshu asked Shuhan, Brother Su, why did you go? You didn't even beat Miss Lu.
Miss Lu was surprised, it seemed like he was angry with you. You better be careful, Liangshu said to Shuhan.
This isn't a fight no matter what, why do I have to fight him? Let's get ready to go to Jingxi Dongtian to get the things there, said Shuhan to Liangshu.
Now Yixing, I want to see if I can get it quickly, Shuhan thought.
Lu Yunzi, who was still standing, said, Teacher asked me to investigate Shuhan's true identity.
It seems that Shuhan has too many secrets. The speed just now is definitely not something that a person in the late foundation stage can do, said Lu Yunzi. The next day, many buses and students gathered in front of the school. There was a teacher and they were talking. Director Li, according to the latest news, in addition to our junior cultivators in the South Island, 5 cities including Julu City and Baiyuan City also temporarily decided to send students to explore Jingxi Dongtian.
Apart from that, I heard that some family and ordinary cultivators will also be active.
Will something happen? He asked Teacher Li. Master Li said that I was worried when I heard Jingxi Dongtian that there would be a first-level spirit fruit that would allow cultivators to build a 9-level foundation.
Let's go before you act like a fool, said Teacher Li. Is there really a spirit fruit that can instantly raise a cultivator's strength to foundation level 9? If there really is such a thing, that spirit fruit would already be of legendary rank, someone said to Li Kali Kai-san. I don't know, according to estimates, the level of spirit fruit should not appear in the early stage of aura refining.
But in any case, this is an advantage and it is another matter when building a foundation.
Qualifications assessed by building a foundation from level 1 to 9. Every 3 levels will provide a major boost and will benefit later training.
This time all parties move together. I am afraid that in the Legend of the Earth and Heavenly Foundation Lapli formation can break through the 9th level, said Teacher Li, explaining this formation of the first level of the Heavenly Level Foundation.
Are all the legends and rumors true?
Are there really things in Jingxi Dongtian, said the teacher, asking Teacher Li to confirm. The cave was mysterious and might be connected to an ancient power. It wasn't impossible to find something that could break through quickly. In addition, all kinds of treasures can also be obtained by fate. It's a shame that this cave can only be entered by cultivators who are still at the basic foundation stage. Otherwise, you and I would definitely fall into the category. I hope the students can protect themselves. If something dangerous appears, it might cause panic, the teacher said to Li Kai-san.
Certain to suffer casualties, Aura's selection in times of world chaos will increase.
This era will not let us train in peace, their future will be ruined, and this is the fate of those born in this era. I hope everyone can get a chance to become stronger and not cause trouble. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to go in to save them, said Li Kai-san. In the Jingxi Dongtian Valley, there is already a lot of aura coming out of the cave. It was seen that many cultivators had gathered to prepare to enter. Ji Yupin built the foundation as expected, said someone. After Jiupin, build the foundation. You are a genius among geniuses. Come on, fight for your chance, said one of the people enthusiastically to his students.
Liang Su and Shuhan, who came out, were immediately shocked.
Sis Su, there's something strange, it seems like there are a lot of people coming from other schools, not just the school, Liang Shu said.
This is normal. How can such a big opportunity be enjoyed by just one person?
It's not just other schools, I'm afraid there are many who are not students.
But some came from the temple, said Shuhan to Liang Shu.
The teacher who was with Li Kaishan said that it seemed like there were some people who had ulterior motives. In this, I think it is so that only a few participants can deal with this. It seemed like they had already reached the limit of the spirit world, they were forced to cultivate without breaking once they reached the Cave of Words, Li Kai-san. The teacher who was with Teacher Li was shocked. You mean they might make a breakthrough if they went to the cave? At this moment everyone was crushed by the flowing power.
I'm afraid there will be a big mess.
Should we stop these people from entering the cave? Asked Teacher Li. Master Li said that it was too late.
Many people have already entered.
We can only hope that now the cave inside is also very spacious.
It won't be easy to find them.
Tell everyone to leave as soon as they get the chance. Don't stay in the cave for too long, it's hard to clash with other schools.
The rest depends on their respective destiny, said Li Kai-san. This is not the era of dragons, but the era of development.
If it is not dangerous, it is impossible. You are all the elites of South Island City. This operation is your first practice. After you get the opportunity, leave quickly and don't stay too long in the cave, said Teacher Li, explaining to all the students. I heard there are many kinds of spirit fruits in the cave, thinking about this makes me excited. I heard that there is a spirit fruit that can increase cultivation quickly. Why do you want to say that if I reach the final stage directly, I don't need to take the martial arts exam, said a student to his friend. Does such a spirit fruit really exist? If it exists, after eating it, cultivation will improve every day and become invincible, said Long Lingtian's men. It can be seen that many students have started to enter the Jingxi Dongtian cave. Stop dreaming this time, another school and city is here. No matter how many opportunities there are, this will not be enough, we have to be careful. The Silver Wing God tells the people of the Lu family not to separate after entering and tells them to move together. Our goal this time is clearly to obtain spirit fruits to improve our cultivation, Lu Yunji ordered the God of War. I always thought this might be unexpected, but we have several hidden schools and forces. Usually, they are very humble, we don't know about them this time either. They entered the cave, I'm afraid they also came to build a foundation using spirit fruit. Moreover, there are other city school forces, and once conflict breaks out, I'm afraid we will also experience difficulties. What kind of temple did Niu Wang set up, playing around with his group? Do you remember? Luckily he increased his combat power, Silverwing said to Lu Yunzi. Don't worry, let Di Niuan check the strength of all parties. I'm not worried about other people, what I'm most concerned about right now is Long Outyen.
Long Outyen brother Long Lingtian, this person has a great reputation. But I haven't seen him, will he come in and ask Silverwing? May not be on the Qingyun list, ranking low.
If he comes in he will be our enemy, said Lu Yunzi.
Liang Su and Shuhan are seen flying to Jingxi Dongtian cave. Sis Su, after I enter, this time I have to reach the peak of the foundation. Only when you return will you have time to practice on your own. And reach a higher foundation, of course. It would be good if I could reach the peak of the foundation. Liang Su, I asked you to bring a lot of spirit fruits, did you bring them? Shuhan said to Liang Shu. I brought it. My father spent a lot of money this time and gave me 100 spirit fruits. Brother Su, is that enough? Said Liang Shu, smiling happily. That's enough. Let's go inside and see the situation. Remember, when we enter, don't get separated. But don't show the fruit of the spirit easily, said Shuhan to Liang Shu. And also, if you spend so much money to buy spirit fruit, why don't you buy a storage bag? But storage bags now seem to be rare equipment that money could not buy. After all, this thing hasn't been mass-produced yet. Came back and thought maybe I could make some storage bags to sell. It will definitely become a big business with stable profits, thought Shuhan. The last student has entered. We don't know what's going on inside, said teacher friendly. Jingxi Dongtian can be seen emitting a lot of white aura. This powerful aura came out from Jingxi Dongtian. No, it seems that something is quickly withdrawing from the Jingxi Dongtian. Aura continues like this. In this way, this aura will not disappear, said Li Kai-san. You can see that the entrance to Jingxi Dongtian is closed from the outside. The people outside the door all panicked. What happened? Why was there a big man suddenly thrown from Jingxi Dongtian? Won't the students be in danger? It seems like Jingxi Dongtian has been closed and teachers from other schools are worried about their students. Director Li, what happened, and why Jingxi Dongtian suddenly changed, he asked teacher Li. If my estimation is correct, I'm afraid something touched the Jingxi Dongtian protective formation. Just a moment ago the spiritual energy in Jingxi Dongtian moved and the hole closed in a moment. Now the people inside can't get out, the people outside can't get in, Li Kaishan explained. What should I do? Are the students trapped inside forever? Said teacher friendly. No, Jingxi Dongtian is not so easy to close. The door will definitely open again in 3 days' time. It's just that currently in Jingxi Dongtian, no one is very serious. I'm afraid that the one inside will find it difficult to overcome this, and in this case, even if one finds a chance inside, even if one finds a spirit fruit, it will definitely be an ordinary one. To add to the spiritual power that everyone consumes will also make a big blow. If you are not the enemy, you will not be able to escape. Everyone has their own life, this time it's up to them. I hope that the people inside will not create chaos in our students. If they don't come out in 3 days, I'll let them experience the taste, Li Kai-san said. Did Jingxi Dongtian accidentally trigger a large group guard that day, or was it intentional? Looks like I have to think of a way in these 3 days. If someone does this on purpose, it doesn't matter where you come from. Don't blame me for being rude. Seen inside Jingxi Dongtian near the mountain, and there were several houses of the Lu Yunzi and Silver Wing teams standing. Miss Lu, is this inside Jingxi Dongtian? According to legend, there are birds and flowers in Jingxi Dongtian. And like a fairyland, how is this different from the outside world? Said Silverwing, asked Lu Yunzi. In Jingxi Dongtian, it looks like a village that has been destroyed and abandoned. There's something wrong here, I can't feel the flow of aura. I will go first, everyone follow me. No need, don't consume any aura first. Remember what I said, Lu Yunzi warned his members. It was seen that he had taken off a lot of school students' clothes. They are a group of people who disguised themselves as disciples to enter Jingxi Dongtian. Big brother, how powerful our Susan Sword School is this time. It's time to sneak in as a weak student, said a woman to her senior. He is Lin Jiasen, a student from Susan Sword School. Do you think it's useless? Is Susan Sword School afraid that this won't work? Lin Jiasen said to her senior. Then the senior answered that we are the pride of the Susan Sword School. Have we ever been afraid of others? Our Sushan Sword School is considered the #1 sword school in China. Have we ever been afraid of other people?
Said Lin Chuyuan and Lin Jiasen Sr.
Only this time Sir Zun repeatedly told us to avoid Li Kai-san.
That person's background is mysterious, don't clash with him with unnecessary things. Right now we are the first to take the treasure, said Lin Chuyuan. The treasure is not a problem, my purpose in coming here is to kill.
My father was killed by someone to death and I will find it. And it was Shuhan who said Quang Rui was the daughter of Quangxi, who was killed by Shuhan.
How could he kill my father? How could I kill him 10 times? Quang Rui said, full of revenge. His senior reassured him, don't worry, the cultivators outside are weak. Especially students who only trained for 2 or 3 months.
Whether it's killing or stealing the treasure, it's easy.
It's just that I remind everyone that aura is very rare here.
Don't run out of aura. We bear much fruit of the spirit. This time we have to use it properly, said Lin Chuyuan advised his juniors. Shuhan and Liang Shu were seen walking.
Sis Su, I didn't expect that from such a small hole, there was a world inside.
This is amazing, but why?
It feels so strange here. Liang Shu said curiously. Legend says that in ancient times there were 3,000 small worlds and 30 big world eras.
Outside the ancient continent of Jingxi Dongtian may be one of these small worlds.
As for what happens in life here, it is unknown, Shuhan explained to Liang Shu.
Dark ancient city, in the ancient battlefield.
There are many people around the collapsed rubble, you now split up and look for Shuhan. After you find it, turn on the sound, Long Lingtian ordered his men. Damn it, I already challenged him last time, he even fooled me and dared to cheat, I will just kill him, said Long Litian, annoyed with Shuhan. Young Master Long Master said after entering Jingxi Dongtian, we must find opportunities for ourselves.
Revenge can be put aside first, said Long Lingtian's subordinate lecturing his boss. But without mercy, Long Lingtian immediately slapped him. Didn't you listen to what I said, dare to talk nonsense? I will beat you up, said Long Lingtian emotionally. Young Master Long, please don't be angry. Let's go find Shuhan. Even if I dig 3 feet deep into the ground, I will definitely find it, said Long Lingtian's subordinate, with a face full of bruises from being beaten by his boss.
Shin moved to Shuhan and Liang Shu's position, he was in a housing complex. Sis Su is too quiet here, I can't even hear the wind.
Tense, I feel so nervous, why can't I see anyone who comes in, said Liang Shu. There's something strange here, follow me. Don't move further than my steps, I suspect there is a formation array here. And the people who came might have been moved to all parts of the city, Shuhan warned Liang Shu. Shuhan continued to walk into the room, I felt a special energy fluctuation here. Come in and see what's inside. I feel like I'm going through something, Shuhan thought. Seen in front of Shuhan was an animal that radiated a very bright light. I smell what's going on.
Is the world changing again? Liang Shu asked Shuhan.
You can see there is an animal like a cat sleeping. Didn't we enter the ruins of the house, how did we get here? Liang Su asked confusedly.
Jingxi Dongtian was originally a small world, there were even smaller worlds within it.
This is a bit unusual, Shuhan said.
And there are even creatures sleeping here, can enter the small world of life, very mysterious.
This wasn't the kind of ordinary space that could only hold inanimate objects. Without the small world's life fluctuations to survive, it couldn't even be opened by Emperor Zun. But this small world is covered with another small world. It seems Jingxi Dongtian is not simple. The existence of the character controlling Jingxi Dongtian probably involves ancient secrets.
I don't know much about ancient things, in my previous life I only knew that Emperor Zun had pursued some Shuhan thought inheritances.
Brother Su, there seems to be layers of barriers, I can't find the exit and I can't break this barrier.
Damn, we're trapped here, Liang Shu said, checking the barrier. Don't wake up the monster on the altar, but don't worry too much. There may be some clues, I may need to do something to get through it, and it will transfer naturally, said Shuhan.
Changsan exam, what does this mean? Liang Shu asked confused. Since it was a test, it must be related to that cat-like beast. Try it first, maybe you will know what the results are like. I will come, Liang Su said. I used to be a cat tamer, let me exchange feelings with him, Liang Su said excitedly. Neat, I haven't eaten for a long time. I've been thinking for a long time that the cat has woken up from its sleep. Liang Su excitedly approached him. Stupid cat, come on, wake up and tell us what this place is. And how to get out of here, said Liang Shu excitedly to wake up his cat. The cat looking above him began to manifest changes. The fur begins to lengthen and the body begins to grow. Suddenly the seat bends and cannot support the cat's weight. Liang Shu was shocked by what happened in front of him. The place collapsed and made the cat fall right in front of him. Damn, what happened, said Liang Su shocked. The monster cat screamed and ate. Shu Han then came in front of Liang Shu and asked him to dodge and quickly retreat. Shu Han then immediately attacked the cat monster, but both of them were pushed backwards due to the strong attack given by the black cat monster. This monster's mental attack is at the refining stage, this will be a problem, Shu Han said. The cat monster then jumped in front of Shu Han. This time I underestimated him too much. I didn't expect this ordinary-looking cat to change, Shu Han thought. Then Shu Han was shocked by what happened. It turned out that the cat monster was still chained by its feet. Kak Su, it looks like someone tied him up, said Liang Shu. The cat monster then went berserk, roaring and screaming for food. This monster is terrifying right now. I feel like my soul is frozen, Liang Su said in fear. I'm afraid this monster has already reached the consummation stage, perhaps even stronger than the head of the Lu family. Luckily the roar didn't attack your mind directly. Otherwise, you would have become an idiot by now. Luckily he was locked by an iron chain, so he was stuck there, said Shu Han. Damn, can't this cat be defeated, Brother Su? Are we going to die trapped here? Shouted Liang Shu to Shu Han. The chains binding its hind legs must have suppressed this monster's cultivation. In the end, who trapped and pressured him here? If this chain is removed, what happens? There is the meaning of the word Sangsan test on the stone tablet. Is this a place for people who previously trained here? If this is a test place, how can this be considered a test? Shu Han was surprised to see Liang Shu giving the spirit fruit to the cat. This is a wild animal that eats humans. Why did you give him food? Shu Han asked Liang Shu. Is he different from animals? If he gets angry with you, give him something to eat and he will calm down, Liang Shu answered Shu Han. You should know that the refinement and foundation stages are very different. From the foundation of the purification stage, there will be changes in spiritual power. Combat power will also grow explicitly, Shu Han thought. Don't worry, Brother Su. After all, I'm a cat tamer. Liang Su said he considered himself a cat tamer. The cat monster approached Liang Shu. This person was so stupid as to send himself to this king to be eaten. But this person is too thin and has little meat. Let's eat the spirit fruit first. If you don't have enough to eat, then eat these two silly people, thought the cat monster to Liang Su and Shu Han. Fine, I have the fruit of the spirit, as long as you are obedient and good. Sis Su, I think you should take a photo of me. I've gotten a cat at the refining stage. This is definitely a Chinese person's first achievement, said Liang Su proudly. This will work. Damn, Liang Shu really isn't afraid of death. Okay, calm down this greedy cat, we have to find a way to leave here now, said Shu Han to Liang Shu. You are stupid, your whole family is stupid. After this king finishes eating the spirit fruit, I will eat your flesh. The flesh of a bad person is better than this person, said the cat monster. Shu Han was shocked when he stepped forward. What happened? Is that monster looking at me? Did he understand what I said? Damn, I feel a dangerous feeling. Am I the target? Such a strong aura, and it was so hidden. Could this iron be holding the monster? Thought Shu Han, who was investigating the iron chains that bound the monster. When he touched the chain, his aura flowed very rapidly. Wrong, this is not ordinary aura, instead it is aura that is compressed at least up to 10,000 times. Now I am pouring into my body frantically.
I have to find a way to release this, otherwise I will explode, thought Shuhan.
Liang Shu was confused when he saw Shuhan, who was trapped in the monster's chains. Brother Su, what are you doing? Liang Shu asked. The cat monster looked at it casually and ate the spirit fruit. Such a stupid person, that he even took the initiative to touch the iron. Now if you can't get out of there, you will be trapped just like this king, thought the cat monster. Shuhan is still trapped in the aura, I can't move at all now. Damn it, I underestimated this aura. This compressed aura combines spiritual power into energy that can control the person, said Shuhan. By enduring the pain in his body, I'm afraid that this kind of aura only Emperor Zun could have such a clever design. This time I'm in trouble. Even if I don't die, I will definitely be completely trapped here, Shuhan thought. Liang Su, who saw Shuhan's condition, threw his spirit fruit to the black cat monster. Hey big cat, quickly help me save Brother Su. If you save him, this spirit fruit will be yours, said Liang Shu, begging for help. Are you stupid? That thing was made by old man Changsan. A very bad villain, and his powers are very strong. If I can help him, I've been out here a long time looking for food, thought the cat monster. What should I do? My body will explode quickly and find a way, otherwise I will die here, thought Shuhan. Confused then, he got an idea. 9 mysterious trees, how could I forget this treasure, said Shua. He immediately took out the tree, and a lot of aura was absorbed by the mysterious tree. The 9 mysterious tree needed a lot of aura to grow this flower, allowing him to absorb all the energy from the small world to make him grow. It feels much better now. To trap that cat monster, how much aura is contained here? Actually, this has made 9 mysterious trees grow leaves. I should know that the 9 mysterious trees growing leaves the normal way is definitely impossible. A large amount of aura is very unlikely to be provided by the cultivator. Shuhan thought about the mysterious 9 tree. The cat monster who saw the mysterious 9 tree was shocked. It turned out to be the first delicious fruit tree in the world. It's a pity that there are no fruits, only leaves grow. This king thought that the world's first most delicious fruit had long disappeared. To think that this tree was in the hands of that little boy. Wasn't the delicious fruit tree once in the hands of that old villain? Now that this little brat is holding it, is he related to that old villain? This little boy used the world's first delicious fruit tree to absorb the energy of the thing that trapped this king. In other words, this king will be free soon, thought the cat monster with a happy smile. A few moments later, even though there was a lot of aura here, it could only make the 9 mysterious trees grow leaves. The 9 mysterious trees are a gold mine to make him bloom. No one knows how much aura is needed to absorb. Ah, it looks like I have to find a way first, but now it's too dangerous. If it weren't for the 9 mysterious trees, I would have been trapped here. This formation is very complicated, and after a long time this formation still works smoothly. Created this small world, definitely not an ordinary cultivator. This was definitely comparable to an emperor or a very mysterious ancient cultivator, thought Shuhan, who survived an aura attack. Not long after, many buildings began to collapse and be destroyed. Liang Shu was confused. He asked Shuhan, Brother Su, what happened to the big tremor? Shuhan said that it was because the aura in this small world had been absorbed. This small world will soon be destroyed, we have to leave here quickly, Shuhan said to Liang Shu. It was seen that the chained cat monster was free and ran away first. He ran away with the spirit fruit he stole from Liang Shu. Ha, finally this king is free to go out to look for that old criminal, then take revenge. Then go out to look for delicious food, thought the cat monster happily. Go and follow the cat monster, Shuhan ordered Liang Su. He definitely knows the way out. The cat monster was seen running out carrying the spirit fruit. Liang Shu immediately shouted, That's the spirit fruit. The cat took everything. He stole my spirit fruit. Liang Shu shouted. Liang Shu took the iron handcuffs that bound the cat monster. I will take this stone tablet. Shuhan ordered Liang Shu. Shuhan then absorbed the stone tablet, and then not long after that the stone tablet turned into a token. It was true that this stone tablet was actually a token.
But what function it had was still unclear, Shu Han thought.
Brother Su, this looks like an ordinary cat chain. What can be used on this thing? Liang Su said, looking down on his cat chain.
The cat monster bound by this thing is in the refining stage and suppresses its strength by onefold.
Do you still dare to say that this is an ordinary iron chain?
I'm sure it's even above the average of ordinary magic weapons, Shu Han explained to Liang Shu. It turns out that's the case. After I go out I will tie up the big cat and tell him to return my spirit fruit, Liang Su said excitedly. This cat really knows how to get out, he knows a lot of secret things here, said Shu Han. You can see the cat monster coming out of the closed little world there.
Finally, Shu Han and Liang Shu followed the cat monster out.
I'm afraid that this small world will soon collapse, while the cat monster destroys the barrier.
Let's get out of here, said Liang Su.
It looks like the two of them have managed to get out of the small world of cat monsters.
Liang Shu and Shu Han
finally landed in front of a housing complex they had come to at the start of their journey. However, Shu Han was immediately shocked by the situation that occurred. There were many people already at the location. It looked like there was a fight between Silverwing and students from other schools.
Insi Shanzhen, why are there so many injured people here? Shu Han thought. Silverwing was surprised by the arrival of Shu Han and Liang Su.
Where did your Shu Han appear from? Silverwing asked Shu Han in surprise.
Then Shu Han asked Silverwing, what are you guys doing?
Fight, asked Shu Han.
Silverwing looks happy. Shu Han, you came right on time.
Even though we have grudges before, we are both in Jingxi Dongtian.
We are in the same school and they are all together with Miss Yu, said Silverwing.
But before his words were finished, Shu Han stopped him. Stop, just tell me what happened. How can you Yinsishanzhen be so long-winded like this, said Shu Han.
Those people came from Julo High School.
They robbed our spirit fruit and injured some of us, said Silverwing pointing at his enemy.
Then Liang Su thought of his spirit fruit. Yinsishanzhen, do you see a cat here? It looks like a lion. He was carrying a bag, said Liang Shu, asked Silverwing.
Damn, it was the savings my father gave me for half my life. Damn, that stupid cat stole all the fruit of my spirit.
Liang Shu thought emotionally.
Silverwing then said that he didn't see any cat monsters passing by here. We are fighting, why are you so unconcerned about this? Thought Silverwing, disappointed with Liang Shu.
But soon the enemies from other schools became emotional. Have you finished talking?
Quickly hand over your spiritual fruit, otherwise don't blame us for being cruel. All of us here specialize in strength. Even without Reiki, we are physically invincible. You guys won't be able to fight us, I suggest you surrender otherwise, said the students from Julu School.
Then Silverwing didn't accept it. This wasn't a one-on-one fight. This is a group fight. Even if we die today, we will not give you the spirit fruit.
Those who dare to go against our Lu family,
the blood debt will be paid, said Silverwing angrily.
But suddenly Julo School launched a joint attack. Quickly hand over the fruit of your spirit, said the Julo High School leader. We need to fill aura with spirit fruit. Dare to delay our time, don't blame us if we kill you all. Even if we kill you here, no one will know, said the student who leads Julo High School.
Suddenly Liang Su told Shu Han our spirit fruit was stolen by a cat.
Now, our aura is expected to be exhausted.
What should we do? Asked Liang Su to Shu Han.
Because he was hesitant, Shu Han put forward conditions to Silverwing. Genie Yinsishanzhen, let's make an agreement. Give me half of your spirit fruits, then I will help you kill them all.
The loot will be mine, said Shu Han, putting forward a condition to Silverwing.
Then Silverwing agreed to these terms.
I can promise you, said Silverwing.
But are you sure you can beat them? We just fought with them and those guys are very tough. They are a group of people who specialize in physical training. And the big man's physical strength was probably not lower than others. In the case of a lack of aura, their destructive power can increase several times. Shu Han, even though I know your strength is no joke, if you fail you will die, Silverwing warned Shu Han.
Shu Han says that we won't know until we try. I asked you why Lianzi is not with you. Are you separated from him now? And why were there so few people left? Shuhan asked Silverwing.
Then Silverwing told Shuhan that Miss Lu went to seize 9-colored Ganoderma. She said it could increase strength very much.
Many people rushed there.
Apart from that, there were indeed many spiritual plants that could improve cultivation. The reason why we separated was to expand the scope of the search and discovery of spiritual plants as quickly as possible, Silverwing explained to Shuhan.
Julu High School's leadership was seen becoming increasingly emotional with Shuhan and Silverwing's chat.
Because he was just ignored by both of them, the high school leader, Julie, started provoking his friends.
Brother, they are still talking. In fact, they are ignoring us, said the student leaders of Julu High School.
He then gave the command, our Thunder Hammer from the Thunder God group will kill you guys today. Take their spirit fruit, weapons and all their possessions, shouted the student leader of Julu High School. His men are all very excited. Beat them up, I want their spirit fruit.
I want their guns, I want that man, shouted all the Julu High School students.
Full of enthusiasm and carrying his trusty hammer weapon, Shuhan happily teased Liang Shu directly.
It looks like the people there want you, said Shuhan. Liang Shu could be seen shivering in fear of the people who were targeting him. Liang Shu is starting to get annoyed. Brother Su, these people are weird. This is disgusting, I can't take it anymore.
Beat them, said Liang Su, carried out an attack against students from Julu High School.
Julu High School leaders also attack Liang Shu. You dare to fight even though your body is small, said the head of Julu High School.
Suddenly, Liang Shu was hit by a hammer from the head of Julu High School, causing him to fall and be pushed backwards due to a fairly strong attack.
Silverwing said he lost in one attack and said he was surprised.
Liang Shu, who was hit by the attack, immediately cursed because he was annoyed at being defeated by the opposing high school. Brother Su, be careful, that big guy is very strong. I feel like this person is even stronger than the crazy person I met before. He didn't directly hit my body, but my sternum was shattered by the wave of his blow, said Liang Su, holding back the pain he got from the opponent's attack. The head of Julu High School said that, to be honest, the Jingxi Dongtian environment is not suitable for you. Just like the cultivators, when you finish your spiritual fruit you are still invincible.
This is our Thunder God Club, said Julu High's leader with a triumphant smile.
Shuhan then quipped back at the enemy from Julu High School. Ha ha ha, a group of gays dare to act like that. I want to ask what your relationship is with the basalt creatures, Shuhan asked the head of Julu High School.
Julu High School principal said, what are you talking about? Basalt creature, I don't know what you mean, they said to Shuhan like a confused person. Don't pretend, do you think everyone is an idiot?
How can cultivators cultivate pure physical strength while in the foundation period, Shuhan said. Of course there are exceptions like my Eucharist, but this group of people do not have the power of the Eucharist. These people must be hiding something, thought Shuhan, suspicious of a senior high school student. Are you the one named Shuhan? Iquansher was killed by you, for using the power of the Lu family.
What else do you know? Asked the senior high school leader. Shuhan said, you are different from Quanxi. Quanxi not a cultivator, he's just a kind of modified robot.
He can be moved to have top strength and rely more on mechanical strength to fight.
And you can probably be considered cultivators because all of you can still mobilize cultivator power.
Apart from that, you have another advantage, namely that your physical body has cultivated that area and can indeed be considered invincible. But the physical body is different from ordinary cultivators because your physical strength is obtained through changes in external forces.
And how to change it? If you let me guess, I think it should be like that. Gene modification, said Shuhan, revealing the secret of Julu High School.
Julu High School leaders laughed at Shuhan's words. You can find out so much information just based on mere speculation. I used to think that Quanxi's death was strange. Looks like Quanxi was indeed killed by you. You should be more worried about yourself.
We did carry out genetic modification by basal creatures. Only then could our bodies become extremely strong and invincible at the same level. However, guess what the point of this is? At first, this was a secret, but now that you know it you will all die, said the leader of Julu High School students by releasing power in the hammer. Shu Han responded to them with an amused laugh. Ridiculous, you are far from understanding the meaning of being invincible, said Shu Han in response to their words. Xuanwu Biological is a mysterious technology company, with branches all over the world. The basalt creature that was destroyed by the Lu family before is a branch of the South Island city. I didn't fully understand them in my previous life. It is said that they were manipulated by the ancient gods with the aim of destroying the world. It seemed like these people were going to be crushed today. To see if they could be forced to release some useful information, Shu Han thought. This is all a secret and none of you will be alive today, said the student leader of Julu High School. Silverwing, who saw it, felt worried. Shu Han, these people planned to kill. There is only one way to do it, you go and tell Miss Lu. I'll try to hold them off for a bit. If you meet Miss Lu, tell her to come back to save us immediately, Silverwing ordered Shu Han. Shu Han then advanced in front of the Silverwing. No, I alone will fight against them, said Shu Han. Insi Sanzan let me go even though he knew the situation was dangerous. It seems like Lianzi can influence the people around him. Even though a few months ago he and Nyoan were people who liked to bully, Shu Han thought. Then the Julu High School student leaders attacked Shu Han. Ha ha ha, you have courage. However, I have seen people who have courage like you, but they were crushed into a pile of meat by me. Obviously you're just a coward. Even you couldn't escape from my hammer, said the student leader of Julu High School with arrogance. And jumped and started attacking Shu Han. Growth Eucharist in 1,000 battles. How could I escape? After all, someone like me couldn't possibly escape, thought Shu Han, who also threw punches at his enemy. It looks like both of them are carrying out attacks together. See who is stronger, my hammer or your clothes, said the leader of the senior high school students to Shu Han. However, Shu Han was able to block his attack, which resulted in the destruction of the ground Shu Han was standing on. Impossible, it didn't kill you, said the student leader of Julu High School in surprise. What's wrong? My thunder hammer is so heavy, plus with my strength even people at the peak of foundation will die. How could it be this person? Thought the leader of the Julu High School students in confusion. It looks like Shu Han is still in good condition. This is what you mean by invincible physical strength. This is very far from being invincible, said Shu Han, provoking the enemy from Julu High School. Then the Julu student leaders launched another attack on Shu Han. You will definitely survive using aura. Let me see how long you can use it. Sooner or later your aura will run out. At that time you will die, said the senior high school student leader, belittling Shu Han returns. Shu Han taunted back the student leader of Julu High School. You think I'm stupid just letting you attack me? That was just to test your strength. Shu Han is very fast, even faster than me who has wings at the moment. Looking at Shu Han's speed, I really feel that I can't compare with Shu Han. And Shu Han is only at the final foundation stage, said Silverwing in complete shock at Shu Han's prowess. Then Liang Shu chimed in with Silverwing's words. You don't know, Brother Shu Han, let me tell you the truth, even Li Yunzi is also amazed at Brother Su's strength. She fell in love with him but Brother Su ignored her, said Liang Su boasting about Shu Han to Silverwing. Then Silverwing responded to Liang Shu's words, what are you proud of? No matter how strong Shu Han was, it was still impossible. Silverwing protested Liang Shu's statement. You are too small to understand Miss Lu, even if Shu Han is strong how can he compare with Miss Lu? Miss Lu's strength is not simple. It has long been unknown how far she has gone beyond the foundation period. Otherwise, how could he make me and Nyowan submit, Silverwing thought. The leader of the Julu High School students was seen immediately taking off his big robe when fighting Shu Han. If you want to fight hard, then I will serve you today. I will have a pure physical fight with you, said the leader of Julu High School students arrogantly towards Shu Han. Xu Han then immediately attacked with his elbow. Stone Mountain Eucharist said Xu Han launched his attack move against the opponent.
The result of this attack was that the enemy from the opposing side was immediately thrown towards the wall of the building. Wow, it must be really painful to taunt Xu Han at the senior high school student leaders.
Xu Han's opponent was seen sitting in front of the building. This is absolutely impossible. Even if the aura in my body is exhausted, there is no one to protect you. But I can feel the physical strength you just used. How can you be stronger than me? Are you also a basalt creature?
No, that's impossible, said the leader of Julu high school students with feelings of fear, because they lost to Xu Han's attack. I told you that your physical strength is ridiculous. What's not invincible, you're just looking for an easier shortcut, said Xu Han in response to a statement from the student leaders of Julu High School. Then Xu Han said to the subordinates of the student leaders of Julu High School.
Now that your leaders are finished, let's clean up the rest, said Xu Han giving instructions. Then Xu Han looked in another direction.
Jingxi Dongtian is too quiet, I always feel that something dangerous will happen. I have to quickly finish this, said Xu Han seeing the situation in the Jingxi Dongtian area. Outside Jingxi Dongtian, there is a screen that radiates out. See the color of the green dots change, there are 5 green dots that turn into red dots.
In less than 4 hours, 5 people have died. I hope it's not the South Island City students, said Li Kaisen's friend's teacher.
Jingxi Dongtian is the first cave to open during the aura recovery period.
Now the gate is closed, there are red and green dots. This represents life and death in the cave. A green dot turning into a red dot means someone's death is very unusual, Li Kaisan said. I've reported this problem, I hope they can send some people.
To Jingxi Dongtian to avoid greater chaos, Li Kaisan explained to his friend. It looks like Xu Han has defeated the enemy from Julu High School.
A bunch of trash, shouted someone.
Then Xu Han said, only his leader had the skills.
The rest are too weak, said Xu Han.
Then Xu Han took the hammer weapon from the enemy. The hammers used by these people turned out to be magic weapons. Liang Shu collects all these weapons, don't leave anything behind. Xu Han's orders to Liang Shu. Why are these basalt creatures so rich? These guys have a lot of magic weapons. Although this couldn't be compared to high-level weapons. This is still a rare weapon, are they very rich? The last robbery also had no magic weapons. There are only Xu Han fought alloy weapons to the basalt group. Then Silverwing gave all the weapons that everyone had collected to Xu Han. Xu Han, these are all yours, there are a total of 15 here and this big one is of the highest quality. Apart from that, they have 80 spirit fruits plus half the spirit fruits that we promised you. There's 280 for you, anyway. Thank you for your help, Silverwing said to Xu Han. Xu Han said that it was nothing. By the way, I'll go see Miss Lu. I wonder what 9-color Ganoderma they want to take. Those who want to take it are likely the strongest students who entered Jingxi Dongtian, said Xu Han frankly to Silverwing. But then Liang Su was surprised by a sound. What is this sound? Liang Su said confusedly. Suddenly a dimensional crack appeared suddenly. There are many wolf monsters coming out of the area. What's that? There are a lot of monsters, they say they are starting to get scared. The leader of Julu's high school students was frightened by the presence of a monster that suddenly appeared. He screamed for help. Please, I don't want to die yet, someone help me, he shouted for help. But unfortunately he was eaten by the monster. Xu Han shouted, reminding everyone to run away. Everything ran away, Xu Han shouted. Brother Su, slow down, shouted Liang Shu, who was left behind. Damn, I thought the calm in Jingxi Dongtian wasn't normal. We have to get away from here immediately, this beast is a red-eyed thunderwolf which is known to be very dangerous. Fighting him is very difficult, Li Kaisan, didn't you say this Jingxi Dongtian is safe? Damn, if I knew this I wouldn't have entered Jingxi Dongtian.
Maybe I should wait a while to break through again, thought Shuhan. You can see everyone running away in fear. Hurry up, you guys.
Wait for me, shouted the same student as Shuhan and Silverwing.
Liang Su was seen being dragged by Shuhan, who was at the front, while the Silverwing flies using its wings to escape from the enemy's pursuit of the red-eyed thunder wolf. This is too cruel. Those people will be killed by this creature without this kind of resistance.
They would be slaughtered clean, Shuhan thought. Then Silverwing warned his men, hurry up and run away, don't forget that the spirit fruit is in your hands.
This wolf is very evil, Silverwing instructed. Some people asked for help and there were also those who screamed out of aura.
A woman is seen who is about to be attacked by a wolf, asking for help because she was almost attacked by a monster. Then Silverwing saved him by killing him using his wings. You die, beat the animal. Silverwing killed the monster using his wings. However, the monster managed to bite Silverwing's wing, so Silverwing lost his balance and started having trouble with the wolf monster, who wouldn't let go of the bite on his wing. What kind of creature is this? Its bite is so terrible. Its wings are not weak, but they can be injured by this evil wolf's bite, Silverwing thought in confusion. Shuhan seemed to think about the situation. The current situation was good, the people there also couldn't escape from the red thunder wolf, Shuhan thought. Then Shuhan threw his spirit fruit to Liang Su. Liang Su, catch these spirit fruits, use them when you run out of aura. Eat this fruit so you can run fast, Shuhan shouted to Liang Shu. Red-eyed thunderwolves, I don't know how many villages and towns were destroyed by them. Obviously, this is a nightmare for humans. This creature is very fast. Once he attacks, he will not stop until death, thought Shuhan. The two Silverwing wings were seen being bitten by two wolf monsters, and then he fell to the ground. Because of his loss of balance, and when he was at the bottom, he was ready to be pounced on by the wolf monster. It's over. To think this wolf's fighting strength is stronger than I imagined. Today I will die in the mouth of a wild beast. This is what Silverwing said, resigned to the situation that happened to him. Shuhan was seen throwing his iron chain against the wolf monsters who were about to eat the Silverwing. With an attack from Shuhan, Silverwing survived the bite of the wolf monster. Yinsishanzen, you owe me. Get out of here and think about how you will repay my kindness, said Shuhan, ordering Silverwing to run and save himself. You can see the wolf monsters fighting the Silverwing, scared by the iron chains that Shuhan has. The chain that had been used to hold the cat monster hostage gave off an unusual aura, making the wolves quite frightened. Shuhan, you saved me again, said Silverwing to Shuhan. Hurry and leave, I can't hold this for long. Shuhan ordered the Silverwing to immediately run away from the encirclement of the wolf monsters. It seems like this red-eyed thunder wolf is afraid of the iron handcuffs sealing the big cat in my hands. What exactly was a big cat? Shuhan thought curiously. Then Shuhan and Silverwing ran away from the encirclement of the wolf monsters. Where did these evil wolves come from? They are so powerful. I even had a hard time dealing with one of them. And there were hundreds of them. I feel like I'm going to die now, said Silverwing, frightened by the wolf monster that appeared suddenly. Shuhan said that they were red-eyed thunder wolves. They had low intelligence. They can only kill, they eat all flesh and blood. Red-eyed thunder wolves usually had peak strength. I feel like the red wolf biting your wings is in its early stages. It's a good thing they don't have intelligence, otherwise you would have died, explained Shuhan to Silverwing. The two of them were seen running away along with the other students who had already run away from the wolf monster. The red-eyed thunder wolf will definitely catch up. Running away is not the right way. We were too slow, even my wings were bitten, but you are so fast. The rest would definitely be caught sooner or later. Silverwing's words were full of insecurity. Go to Luyunzi, didn't you say they were robbing the 9-colored Lingxi? If we take them all there will be the masters. Maybe it can save you guys, said Shuhan to Silverwing. If this red wolf is sent to Miss Lu, will they? Yet again finished speaking, Shuhan spoke up, Yinsishanzen, I will help you. Lu Yunzi, they have already hidden their strength.
They thought I didn't notice.
Even if there were others, Lu Yunzi would be fine.
Why are you so nervous? Do you really like that girl? Shuhan said to Silverwing. Okay, I'll follow you, said Silverwing, running towards the intended location.
Shin moved to Lu Yunzi's location. Lu Yunzi and the Bull King and groups from other schools had gathered at one of the large rocks in Jingxi Dongtian.
Miss Lu, there are more and more people here, and there are many masters that I have never seen.
And there were several men and women wearing swords there.
It feels very dangerous. Should I do something? Said the Bull King, offering help to Lu Yunzi.
Then someone said that the 9-colored Lingji would soon mature.
Some say that after that he couldn't do much.
Lu Yunzi, who was still at the location, said to the Bull King, if I'm not mistaken, they were from the Susan Sword School.
It's just that I don't know what their purpose is here for, said Lu Yunzi, still confused.
Lin Jiaxin, who was at the scene, told her senior brothers that she couldn't wait for the 9-colored spirit and had the desire to get rid of everyone. So that the 9-colored Lingji belongs to the Sushan sword.
Because the Susan sword disciples' goal in Jingxi Si Dong Tian was not for that, Lin Jiaxin said, trying to persuade his senior to immediately attack the enemy.
Quang Rui also agreed with Lin Jiaxin's words. He had the desire to attack directly before the enemy attacked them. And then took over the 9-colored Lingji. And Quang Rui will return to Shuhan for his father's revenge. Because according to him, the Susan sword group can only explore a small area in Jingxi Dongtian for now.
And in my view, the members of Susan's sword group can't continue delaying time.
Because sooner or later, the spirit fruit will definitely be consumed, said Quang Rui, stating his opinion to the sword group leader Susan. But Lin Shuyuan told Jianqin and Quang Rui that he knew they wanted revenge. But Lin Shuyuan told the two of them not to take this matter lightly. Lin Shuyuan is worried about Lu Yunzi, the leader of South Island High School.
According to him, it's also not easy to deal with there.
Lin Shuyuan was also wary of Lu Yunzi until now because Lu Yunzi had not appeared at all.
It made everyone alert.
Apart from that, Lin Shuyuan also wanted the Susan sword group to be careful of the person named Long Outyen. But Quang Rui was harsh in his opinion and said that his brother Ling Qiyuan was exaggerating too much.
According to Quang Rui, their Susan sword school is invincible in swordsmanship.
How could they possibly compare to us, said Quang Rui to his seniors.
Lin Jiaxin agreed with Quang Rui's opinion. Because according to him Lu Yunzi is nothing to Lin Tsuyuan's opponent. Because according to Lin Jianqin, when his brother fights Lu Yunzi, he won't be able to do anything. And said that Lu Yunzi was just a stupid woman he didn't know.
Sin moved to Long Lingtian's location. His men were seen being beaten by Long Lingtian. He said that his men here were just lazing around. And Long Lingtian was increasingly annoyed because according to him, why hadn't Shuhan been found at all?
He also couldn't find that bastard Shuhan at all. Long Lingtian's subordinates who were beaten black and blue, he told Long Lingtian not to be angry.
Because according to him this area is very large and there are also many masters. He also said that many people were fighting at that location to get the spirit fruit. According to him, Shuhan might have been beaten to death by someone. Long Lingtian, who heard this, became very upset, because according to him, if Shuhan really died then that would be too good for Shuhan. He also asked his men about his brother Long Outyen.
Have they gotten any news about his brother?
According to him, his brother also went to seize the 9-colored Lingji. Long Lingtian revealed that it was a medicine that could increase the qualifications for Ji Yuping Shiji. Long Lingtian said that even if his brother didn't use it, his brother should have known to take the medicine for his sake. This made Long Lingtian surprised at what his brother was thinking.
Lingtian's subordinates anxiously agreed to Long Lingtian's wishes.
So he will send people to look for his brother's Long Lingtian. But Long Lingtian wanted to forget about that, because you trash won't find him easily. Long Lingshan also heard from his father that he was looking for a magic medicine to surpass Eugene Zupin.
Long Lingshan thought his brother went to the core area of Jingxi Dongtian.
Shen moved to Shuhan and Silverwing's location. They were all being chased by wolf monsters. There were several people shouting to wait because they were almost eaten by monsters. Shuhan and Silverwing ran together. Shuhan said that the situation was very dangerous. Shuhan also asked how long it would take for them all to go to Luyunzi. Silverwing said that it was about 3 to 4 kilometers away. Shuhan estimated that it was too late at this rate. He was afraid that everyone would be killed by the red-eyed thunder wolf before reaching Luyunzi location. Shuhan instructed Silverwing to speed up everyone's running. Shuhan standing on the cliff thinks that this is really difficult to deal with Jiangshan's nature. Shuhan still can't overcome all the problems. Here, in his previous life, Shuhan died and was framed by the emperor. But this time he wouldn't repeat the same mistake. Silverwing ordered everyone to be faster. Don't be overtaken by the wolves, otherwise, everyone will die. Accelerate with all your energy, Silverwing commanded while giving a warning. Sin moved to Ilo Yunzi's location. There were already many people gathered. President Zhang's men were seen conveying the message that the 9-colored Lingji would soon mature. He also asked whether we were going to kill everyone here. President Zhang expressed why Lynx's 9 colors are already in the palm of our hands. They are just kids who want to steal our food. It was naive that I would kill everyone who resisted, said President Zhang confidently. His men were worried about something because the students from Julu City had not appeared at all. What happened to them? But President Zhang wondered what was wrong with it. Because according to him, Jingxi Dongtian has no aura, it is just a big empty place. Who dares to mess with them? I don't waste investment on basalt creatures. Because according to President Zhang, this time all the treasures in Jingxi Dongtian will belong to the basalt creatures. Seeing that the 9-colored Lingji was almost ripe, President Zhang gave the signal to his men to do what they had prepared. But from the top of the cliff appeared Shuhan. Finally President Zhang asked to wait first. Because I heard someone coming here. President Zhang thought very quickly seeing Shuhan running. Then Shuhan arrived in front of Lu Yunzi and his group. Shuhan thought that there were this many people. With this many people, you can definitely save Yinsishanzhen and the others. Lu Yunzi asked Shuhan why he was here. But suddenly Long Lingtian spoke to Shuhan. Shuhan, you dog, how dare you appear here? I couldn't find you, but you came here yourself, Long Lingtian said full of resentment. But not long after, Quang Rui also came. And said he was Shuhan, the one who killed his father. By swinging his sword he said to Shuhan, how dare he appear here? Then Quang Rui will kill him. Running away and carrying his sword, he said, that day you killed my father. Today I will avenge my father in front of everyone. Shuhan casually responded. I heard that Coincides has a daughter who is in the Susan sword school. Looks like it's you, asked Shuhan with his sword pointed at Shuhan. Quang Rui introduced himself. The name of Quang Rui, an elite student of the Susan sword school. I will make you remember me before you die, Quang Rui said, filled with emotion and revenge. But Shuhan said to wait a minute, but Quang Rui responded differently. Why be afraid? It's no use asking for mercy. Shen, today you will die, said Quang Rui confidently. Shuhan said, don't get me wrong, because he has many enemies here. So he thinks he will solve this problem later / because according to Shuhan, whether it is you or them there is no difference. The president's men said that he was Shuhan, the person who destroyed the South City branch with the Liu family. According to his subordinates, the kid was really a bastard. President Jiang said that arrogance arises because of opportunity. People like him could easily become targets. After that he will lose his cool and die. Before he joined the Liu family, to increase his strength. I still pay attention to him, but today there is nothing to worry about from him. I will get the 9-colored Lingji and kill everyone here, said President Zhang confidently. Feng Zhen suddenly appeared and said that Shuhan had made him bow his head at Shuhan's feet during the martial arts exam.
Feng Zhen said he didn't mind killing him and taking back his family's property. Xu Han, who heard that, just laughed. Xu Han greeted Feng Zhen and said, "Long time no see." And said, "How after seeing I have many enemies, do you want to take a chance?" Xu Han asked Feng Zhen. Feng Zhen said, "It turns out you know that there are many people who want to kill you."
"Let me see how you survive today," said Feng Zhen, holding his weapon.
Xu Han arrived and greeted President Jiang. "Hello, Basal Creature Director, shouldn't you come out too?" "I have killed all the big people you cultivated," said Xu Han proudly to President Jiang.
President Jiang, who saw Xu Han, was immediately annoyed. "Bastard, why does he know that we also came here?" President Jiang thought.
His men asked President Jiang. Students who had turned into wet creatures were killed by Xu Han.
His friend was emotional with Xu Han's words, courting death.
"I will kill that boy," he said, filled with emotion.
President Jiang said that his group had to secure the 9-colored Lingxi first.
The medicine must not fall into the hands of others. This also determines the future of his basal creatures.
President Jiang made preparations to retrieve the 9-colored Lingxi.
And said, "For now, leave Xu Han alone," and ordered everyone to catch the 9-colored Ganoderma. Xu Han then jumped in as well and said that it was time for the show. Quang Rui catches up with Xu Han and thinks that Xu Han wants to run away. President Zheng instructed his group to stop Xu Han because he was going to take the 9-colored Ganoderma.
The Bull King also plans to take part in the 9-colored Lingxi.
He asked Miss Lu's permission to take it for Miss Lu's sake.
But Lu Yunzi said to wait first.
Because he didn't know what Xu Han was planning. Lu Yunzi thinks Xu Han wants to use 9-colored Lingxi to attract everyone's attention, then runs away. After all, Xu Han is his classmate.
"If there is a chance, he will definitely save himself," said Lu Yunzi to the Bull King. 9-colored Ganoderma can build a foundation and has unmatched qualifications.
"Whoever dares to take it, I will kill anyone who doesn't want to die. Get out of here.
Anyone who gets in the way, kill without mercy," said everyone who was fighting over the 9-colored Lingxi.
Xu Han seemed to be in front of the 9-colored Lingxi. It took 3 months to practice the speed technique.
"There's no way you can beat Xu Han's speed.
I think." Xu Han finally got the 9-colored Lingxi. He said anyone who wanted revenge against him came forward.
"Anyone who wants 9-colored Lingxi comes to me. Come on," Xu Han announced to everyone.
He then runs off the cliff and says that he doesn't underestimate everyone.
"But calling everyone trash, so if you have the ability, chase me," said Xu Han. Lan Linian was immediately annoyed. "Damn it, give it to me and catch him, don't let him escape," said Lan Lingtian, ordering his men.
Quang Ru also became increasingly annoyed. "My dog will kill you," he said.
President Zheng also went after Xu Han. He said that the 9-colored Ganoderma should not be in Xu Han's hands. He ordered his men to capture Xu Han no matter what the price. "Chase," said President Zheng. Lin Jiasen asked her senior brother Quang Rui after her. "What shall we do?" he asked senior Lin Chuyuan. His senior said that the 9-colored Ganoderma was still in his hands and ordered all his juniors to chase Xu Han.
The Bull King and Lu Yunzi were just confused by Xu Han. The Bull King asked Miss Lu, "What exactly is Xu Han planning?" There were many people who wanted to kill him.
"In less than a few minutes everyone was chasing him," said the Bull King, confused.